I wonder if the need for a centralized currency has become less now that things are more globalized.
Oh, you think? Oh, you think now that things are global, that it's more needed? Oh, yeah?
I'm so happy.
Oh, you think?
I'm so happy.
Oh, you think in a global world everybody needs oil? Oh, you think they do?
I get what you're saying now.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
that's
I came in
annoying.
a little hot today.
Can't
My
even
bad.
say a fucking sentence.
My
Son,
bad,
you do it all
dude.
the time. You laugh and then you just make fun of the person instead of addressing. This guy,
fucking idiot.
Why would America be fun? Why would everybody be not to America all of a sudden? You don't look at the person. You don't even make fun of them to their face. You make fun of them to the room.
Yeah.
Drives me fucking crazy. Right?
He was feeling
I've
out.
been saying this, bro. Should be driving me
You just
nuts,
sit there,
dude.
you're like, well, do I really want to talk about global politics right now? Like, maybe I don't want to.
I'm gonna work on that.
Maybe
I'm
it's
gonna work on
stupid.
I hate it so much, dude.
We just fucking with you. But look,
I'm not.
Yeah.
I hate it, yo.
I'm gonna
I
work
hate
on
it with
it.
all my heart.
Japan starts buying Russian crude oil above the $60 barrel cap.
Where are you going?
That's a... You
Can I
okay?
turn the AC on just a little bit?
Bro.
Son.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, God, war is so interesting.
Oh, wait, we started?
We're in.
They're not saying that we can't buy Russian oil. They're saying that we're just not going to pay over $60 a barrel. So, what a funny thing. What a funny thing. We'll still get your oil.
Yeah.
So that's sanctioning, I guess.
I don't even think that's. I thought sanctioning was not buying. Is that just because gas went to like $6 a gallon and everybody's complaining? And Biden was like, all right, here's the thing now.
Well, this is, from my understanding, this is with reaction to Ukraine. So the U.S. and all its allies are still buying oil from, I don't know if we buy oil, but I imagine Europe needs Russian oil. So what they've all come together and says, we're not going to buy it unless it's at $60. So Japan, for whatever reason, is like, yo, we'll buy it for more than that.
yeah.
Well, if you don't have to, maybe Russia said we're not going to sell for $60?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they buy from Saudis, Mike? Is what you're asking, I think?
No, because Saudi is going up. I think what they're trying to do is squeeze Russia.
Yeah, I imagine.
And the U.S. used to have all this power and influence within its allies, so they could tell them basically what to do. And now it seems like they're all breaking away. What a wild time. But then, can we handle? That's the other thing somebody said to me that Quentin, my wife's stepdad, he's like, the U.S. is the most uniquely situated country in the world, in that the landmass itself and allows it to be its own economy. I go, what the fuck do you mean about that? He goes, you've heard about this before?
There's a really sick YouTube like channel that basically talks about like the gamification of like each country, and it's like, why is America so overpowered? And it just basically explains like it's uniquely positioned to be in the best way. Like it can self-fund itself, it can self-feed itself, access to 2 oceans, super well protected, like friends on both borders, huge borders, not a ton of little borders. Like it's just
also got these riverways.
Yeah, natural water, all the resources you
that
could
can
ever
be
want.
used to transport products.
Yeah.
So it's like insanely rich in terms of natural resources, has access to water, internal water, and it's like, okay, I guess we can trade amongst ourselves. We can be our own trading partner in an economy large enough to do that. But, ugh. I mean, that was the idea, I think, before World War II, right?
Yeah, but we stopped making shit.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, you stop making shit, it's like,
That's right.
China, baby. Come on, man. Just come to the dark side.
They really are the dark side, dude.
really
That's my
are.
problem with China.
Yeah.
I actually think I'd be more okay with the U.S. losing power if and maybe I wouldn't, but if I felt like the country wasn't, like if they lost it to fucking whoever, England. Canada. Go ahead, Canada, run it.
Yeah.
China's fucked, dude. China, who's your god? No, it's China. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is your family in India more concerned about it because they are so close?
No. In India, they think they are the next superpower. They're very much, the propaganda in India is strong as fuck. Like, if you say, Modi, the prime minister, the government is doing everythdo perfectly, anything negative, anti-government, fuck you, how dare you. They have like an active Twitter, they like admit we have people online like what do you call it? bot farm kind of, that if you say anything anti-India and you're of enough profile, we will fucking swarm you. We will dox you. We'll do whatever. We'll go after your... Yo, a comedian friend of mine did an event with some Indian government people in America. And he's like, in India, they're all buttoned up, Indian clothes, whatever. In America, we're in American clothes doing drugs, wild shit. And then they're like, we will come after you. Come after us. We will come after you. We will come after your family. We will take everything from you.
Now, what population do you really just need to be a dictatorship?
Like
there's
size-wise?
Yeah, like you get to a number where it's like, there's no way. Especially if you're a developing country. Like, you're a developing country.
That's interesting.
The people can't read. They don't know how to use the fucking internet. It's like, you're just gonna let anybody walk in there and tell them whatever?
No, well, I'll push back on internet. Probably, I don't know if a larger, but a huge percentage of India has access to phone internet.
800 million people.
Yeah, Ambani, was the richest guy in India, he like...
That's even more terrifying.
Yeah.
You can't read, but you
Yeah.
can listen to what people tell you.
You might not have access to the best school infrastructure-wise.
Yeah.
But then you have the internet, which, like you said, might be more dangerous.
Yeah.
Shub, tell me if I'm saying anything incorrect. But that's, yeah. And then if you look at the news sites, it's all kind of controlled by the government. You get a very slanted view of everything.
All right, well, goddamn. Clap back, Biden.
I agree.
I mean, why would they do this before the election? I don't fucking know. Like, this only makes it easier for Trump. Do they want Trump? They meaning these other countries? Like what the fuck?
Trump
Why-
I'm also curious, where are our guys? Like, where's the Kissinger now?
Yeah.
That's like running shit, even if Biden's not running shit. That's letting
That's
everything
what
slip
they
away.
need.
Was
That's
it
what we
General
need.
Pompeo or something like that?
That's probably some dude no one even knows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's that guy?
Who's in charge?
We're still strategically strong-arming countries. Like, it's going to take a while for China to really, like, become the #1 superpower. But, yeah, they've just been outplaying us for a long time. Like, they've been doing this for a minute.
You got something bottom left tooth, I think, right there. One more.
There's a subreddit that's
way.
interesting. It's called Sino.
Other way.
And it's literally Chinese nationalists that push back on anti-China propaganda. So anytime some shit comes out, you can go on the subreddit and it'll be the top story. And then it'll be a million comments of like Chinese nationalists being like, this is the West, like making us look bad again. This is not what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And like have like citations. So it'll show like a sweatshop and they're like, this is from a sweatshop in Bangladesh. This is not even in China and shit like that.
I mean, y'all look different. You know what I mean?
It's like far away, everyone's masked up. But like you look at it and you're like, I don't even know what's real. Because like the whole subreddit will refute every single piece of like anti-China propaganda. They're like, the Uyghur thing's not real. And you're like, I don't know. And then you're like, yeah, are we just getting told by CNN and Fox that like China's evil?
Yeah, you know what's interesting is
no idea.
before we had three news networks telling us.
We're in North Korea.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know.
Every country.
This is like fucking Plato walking out of the cave and you're like, wait, was I in a cave the whole time? You have no fucking idea. It's hard.
Are we not?
We're living in our America bubble. So,
Yeah, I recognize we're living in the American bubble for sure. I'm trying to think like the worst thing that's happening in our country and compare it to the worst thing that's happening in China or Saudi.
Inside the country?
Inside.
That's tough.
Because we can't really speak on foreign policy, right? Like we are responsible for all
what's
this
outside
shit.
of the country.
Yeah.
Deep underlining racism that still exists. We don't take care of the poor. We don't take care of our vets.
Vets, I can't compare to other countries, but I could tell you poverty, the wealth gap, it's bigger in at least India. I mean, you see poverty that's like, yo, this is
That
poverty.
Uyghur shit, assuming it's real, is crazy.
Yeah,
and
we
that
don't-
can't happen now in America.
Yeah, and there's a couple people who are Uyghurs who have talked to me after shows.
Oh, really?
I've been like, yeah, that
The
shit is real.
migrants in the
One wants to
cages,
come
we're not
on.
killing them, but like I feel that's inhumane.
But like they always point this out. They're like, Chinese Tibetans can speak Tibetan. Like we took care of the Tibetan people in China, whereas Native Americans, they got fucking demolished.
Yeah, of course.
And they just point out all the fuck shit that we do, and then you read it and you're like, I see what their people are believing about us.
Yeah.
And it kind of blows my mind.
So you know how back when we were kids, there was 3 networks telling us the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Now it feels like the truth, there's so many more networks that tell you, but if you just have numbers, if you have bots, you can control the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new media. Is let's just get 10 million bot accounts to push our agenda as opposed to 3 news networks pushing our agenda.
Yo, separate question, but like I think slightly related, just how you have a distorted view in the world. Can you look up if there's cocoa trees in Switzerland?
I like where this is going. Switzerland produces 1% of the world's cocoa harvest.
Why the fuck do we trust their chocolate? Why, dude, I've been talking to a buddy about this the other day, and I'm just like, the weirdest thing is we crave authenticity, right? Like, we want our sushi chef to be Japanese, right? We want the Mexican restaurant to be Mexican. It's like, but shit from Africa, we want like a white dude to sell it to us. Like a diamond from a black kid with like no hands or whatever is like, you won't trust it when that's pure.
Well, you trust it. I think you just don't want to be that close.
You ain't trusting no black kid giving you a fucking diamond, bro. You want a curly with the fucking hat on. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you know it's official.
An
Like,
armless black kid hand you a diamond like that, you wouldn't trust it?
You not trusting jack shit, bro.
I would 1,000% trust it.
Whatever. But my point is, like, globally, there clearly is no black kid, no hand diamond trade.
Yeah, we need an intermediary.
There is, with African shit, it feels like it needs to just be like a little bit,
Degree
like
of
the
separation?
chocolate gotta be from Switzerland. They ain't even chocolate looking people. There's a nation of chocolate looking people where all the chocolate's from. I guarantee the majority of cocoa is from fucking Africa, bro.
It says it right there.
What does it say?
Ghana and Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast and Ghana.
You ever seen that documentary where they bring back chocolate to cocoa farmers who've been farming cocoa their whole lives and never tasted chocolate?
Holy shit.
It's like an unbelievable little moment, and this guy brings back chocolate, and all the people, they go, what do you think chocolate tastes like? What do you think it does? And I think the cocoa farmers are like, that's why white people's skin is white. Chocolate makes them white.
That's funny.
And then he gives it to them, and it's like sugary, and they're all like, oh, this is really good. It's a really cute little like...
Apparently what this says is like the Swiss were able to figure out a way to make chocolate with less cocoa and more sugar, which makes it like melt on your tongue. And so they were able to find a way to like blend in the milk to make it like really milky. And apparently like cocoa in general, I was talking to that mushroom chick. She's like a mushroom farmer or whatever. She's like, don't do chocolate mushrooms because cocoa in its original form, the way people do it in Central America, is like a psychoactive like thing. Like when you see like Quetzalcoatl like drinking cocoa, it's like a ceremonial like spiritual thing, and you're able to like get high from it at high doses. And so she's like, don't do mushrooms and chocolate at the same time
because it's two different
substances in your brain. If you're trying to like do work or whatever.
I guess I'm just so interested. Why is that? Like,
you think it's because we find? You think it's because other countries take all their resources and then it becomes Swiss? I mean, like not that Switzerland did that, but the Ghanaians might not own the chocolate, the cocoa farms or whatever.
Of course they don't. I think that we also just have like a prejudice with Africa. Like I think like we're just starting to realize that there are first world cities in Africa and like skyscrapers and technology. Like dude, the craziest thing is like what the Middle Eastern folks did with tapping into culture was fucking genius. Like Real Housewives of Dubai or whatever the fuck it is. It's like they figured out how you really sway Western culture.
Yeah.
And it's like a show like Real Housewives, having women just watch it and see what the lifestyle is in the Middle East, you're like, oh, you can be gay and walk around. Oh, you can just go shopping. Oh, you can get a spot treatment. Oh, it's not just sand everywhere. Oh, it's just Miami and everybody's rich. Like, I literally saw my wife's positioning of Dubai change just from watching the show while she's just around the house doing stuff. Africa needs that now. Yeah, Real Housewives of Lagos, Real Housewives of Accra, show.
They can't. They sold all their natural resources, so they're not cash heavy.
Son, Cuppy's dad is a Nigerian billionaire, oil tycoon. Mm-hmm. Big fucking money. There is big money associated with Africa still. I mean, you can't build up these massive cities if all the wealth is being extracted.
All, but a lot of it.
Sure, I think that's the perception. But I think that like if you take some of this money, for example, with Ghana, remember they were doing that like festival, the music festival that Charlemagne went to. Like that kind of stuff is culture. Like you need a guy like Charlemagne driving around, seeing these beautiful beach communities, seeing all this stuff. Here it is, Real Housewives of Lagos. There we go.
They also have Young, Famous, and African, which is a great show.
I've heard of that.
That needs to be pushed.
I kind of feel like the Afrobeats guys will be able to do that.
So with the Afrobeats, it's like...
it's helping.
It's helping, but it's like I almost think that's like weirdly associated with like Africans that live in like England and shit.
Nah.
I know it's not, but like I think a lot
perception?
of like I think that like you see, I don't know. I'm just saying like I want more cultural influence. As silly as it is, like Black Panther, like the Wakanda shit. I know this sounds silly, like Wakanda, fictional city, just being in Africa. But just the fact that you're seeing that kind of like wealth associated with this place that you don't normally look at it in that way is important because we do have that fucking prejudice, bro. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Son, when we were kids, the only images we saw from Africa was just the
babies with the bellies.
Yeah, spears.
That's all
and
we saw.
Shaka Zulu and all that.
Yeah. I wasn't talking about that, but yeah.
No, the Shaka Zulu.
Shaka Zulu, yeah, that was a big movie. It's about the king. And I mean, he conquered a bunch of Africa, but like, you see him, they're fighting with spears. That's a movie I remember from being a kid.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that fucking weird, though?
Yeah.
Like, I always thought, every other country, like, I want yoga from an Indian person. And if it's not Indian, like, there's like a little bit of, you almost feel like you don't trust it as much or whatever.
Real,
Your guru, you want to be like Indian.
Yeah.
And the African cultural exports, Afrobeats may be different for sure, but the African cultural exports, for whatever reason, this like, if a white guy sells it to us, we're fine. If a Jewish guy sells us diamonds, we're fine. If some Swiss guy sells us chocolates, we're fine. If you're buying like an ivory tusk from some like white dude in like a, what is it called? A Tomb Raider outfit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it is funny because it's white people trying to help Africans that are like, oh, let's fucking send them 10 cents a day or whatever. That fucked the whole perception of Africa to Westerners.
Oh, because we're thinking of the 10 cents a day.
Sally Struthers or whatever.
It's like white people's like saviorism. It's like, oh, we're gonna help them out. When it's like they're looking at like the past Africa and like the parts that need help rather than like focusing on the present.
Dude, and that's the thing. It's like you need to have a catastrophic view of a place in order to donate, right? Like charity is often associated with like everything going wrong. If nobody like gives money to the middle class anywhere, right? So it's like you need to play up the horrific tragedies that are happening, but then that's the only perception because there's nothing to balance it because you don't have the Real Housewives of Lagos.
Yeah, and also probably guilt over like colonialism and shit. So like there's all these books like King Leopold's Ghost and shit and like the Belgian Congo being like, we're so sorry.
King Leopold is Hitler, bro.
I don't know anything about this man.
Look up
Oh God.
King Leopold. These Dutch motherfuckers. It's Dutch,
I
right?
think he's Belgian. He's the former king of Belgium.
Isn't that Dutch?
No.
Oh, is Belgium not part of...
Dutch is Netherlands, I think, and then Belgium is its own country.
Oh, but back in the day, wasn't that just one thing?
I don't know, I think they're far apart.
No, Belgium and the Netherlands is right next to each
France
other.
are right next to each other, and then I think Netherlands is over
They're like
further
a
east.
half hour on a train.
They're next to each other, but they're different countries.
Well, I'm wrong.
But back in the day, like Dutch East India Trading Company, like colonialism, like they're different countries?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Oh, yeah,
Whatever.
they are next to each other.
Anyway,
Belgium had Congo. Dutch East India Company had like Indonesia and stuff.
okay, well, this motherfucking King Leopold, what did he kill? 15 million?
Yeah, like
15 million, bro.
Jesus.
yeah, insane. And no one really talks about it. Yeah.
Congolese.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The butcher of the Congo.
Bro, if you are in a developing country and you find something shiny in the ground, leave it. Just leave it. Just leave. Don't rejoice on that shit. Put more shit on top of it. Do not look into it. Do not try, because it's not going to work out, bro.
Not if you're starving, bro.
Say what?
Not if you're starving already.
You're going to be dead.
That's
Yeah,
why
they don't
Wakanda
know that.
worked, is they didn't tell anyone.
They didn't tell nobody.
That's true.
They told nobody.
They figured it out. You keep that shit to yourself. Don't tell anybody about it.
A bunch of people were massacred. Everyone that wasn't massacred was made slaves.
Look at the number, though. The number is
The
astonishing.
death of
Chopped
millions.
all the hands off and feet off.
Oh, yeah. It was brutal.
That was his thing.
Yeah,
If you,
it's like-
He started to chop the hands and feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was black people that started that shit, but it was really
Oh, I thought it was Muslim.
the eye for an eye.
And it was
The
like
Hammurabi's code.
diseases, like they came in with like flies that like killed a bunch of people.
But that's not on purpose.
Yeah, but still
That's
it's like
kind
collateral.
of like guns, germs, and steel, what you were saying about America.
Yeah,
the climate was just right for domination.
Yeah.
Like America can sustain on its own. Europe had the germs that could give them the immune system. They had the steel for guns.
I don't know, man.
and
It's
it was done by Belgian humanitarian groups. Yeah.
humanitarian groups.
That's great.
What were they spreading? Religion?
African countries, they got to get better at branding to make people see like, oh, there's more than just your perception currently, and then also they have to make tourism safer because it's like tourism's still not safe everywhere. So it's like that brings in money to just about every country.
Can I tell you something? Really African nation, but Egypt, right? Yeah. My trainer was telling me this shit. So in the area around the pyramids of Giza, there are plenty of people who live there. They're like farmers and stuff. Like if you actually look at Giza, there are buildings that are built like almost right up onto it, right? And the government basically reached out to the people there because it's a rough area. Yeah. And they basically said, if a single tourist gets robbed, they basically said, you could rob us, you could rob Egyptians, but if a single tourist gets robbed out here, we're demolishing the whole thing and we're building hotels.
Wow.
He said, you do not touch, and a similar thing happened in fucking, this sometimes happens and works. USC in LA was built in this really dangerous area.
South Central, right?
South Central, and I believe it is South Central.
South Central,
And the word on the street was, there was a conversation with the gangs, and it was like, don't touch the students. You guys do whatever you need to do. If you see a kid wearing a fucking USC shirt or a USC hat, nobody touches the students. And you don't hear about it. You don't hear about these students getting robbed. You don't hear about a regular dude just walking around fucking South Central randomly. You're getting got. Yeah. But the conversation happened, and it was like the cops are basically like, if we find it's happening, we're going to make your life an absolute living fucking hell. Yeah.
That's how Mexico is.
What do you mean?
Mexico is like, don't
with
fucking,
Tulum or something like that.
That's why shit is really getting wild because they're starting to touch the fucking tourists now. But like before, Mexico was super strict. Yeah. Like, hey, you can do all this fucking cartel, everything. We'll look the other way. Just don't fuck up tourism.
When you saw the Sinaloa like coughed up those 6 guys that allegedly kidnapped people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You don't think they they just handed over 6 Mexican dudes?
Yeah.
Wow, from a rival gang?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that'd be fucking genius. And then what's the rival gang gonna be? They're gonna be like, no, those are our guys. They didn't do anything. They're just regular drug dealers.
Holy shit.
Probably just regular people off the street.
Just
like, we'll kill your family if you don't take.
Take the hit on this. And the government probably knows it, so they're like, oh, fuck, all right.
Bro, that's what you got to do. I guess the tricky thing with Africa specifically is right now the curiosity about tourism is definitely in nature. Yeah. And like within nature, the perception is that you're living this like very, I don't know, what is the right word to say? Back in the primitive life. Like that's what we're going for. We're going for primitive. We want to camp out in nature. We want to be part of that. Yes, you can do the glamping shit, but it's a lot different than seeing like a 40-story building in the middle of Accra. You know?
Well, this is interesting because 2 people in the past 10 days have told me they went on a safari. Marlon, your homeboy, and then Jordan Shallow, Muscle Dog. And both said, first, you'll spend a couple of days in Nairobi. And they're just like, Nairobi's just mad urban, beautiful city, well-built, like skyscrapers and everything. So you'll spend those couple of days there and they'll be like, God damn, Africa got some cities. Yeah. And then you'll go do the safari. Yeah. I don't know if that's on purpose or what, but you will spend a couple days seeing a very civilized, built-up, modern city in Kenya, and then you'll go on your safari.
Isn't it crazy that we get shocked that Africa has these things?
Yeah.
Like in the same way that like I get shocked when I see like diversity in other countries. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when I was in like London, I saw like they had like black people. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Bro, yeah, there was this comic that was a black Irish guy.
And you're like, what?
I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Scottish Indians?
yeah.
Bro,
we
got
Indians.
Indian food from Scottish Indians, and they had an Indian-Scottish accent. I was like, oh yeah. It is wild to think that every accent has a different pairing in the States, but also with every other country.
Well, boom. When I was in Spain, and the fucking bodegas was still owned by Chinese people.
Yeah.
Oh, when they speak Spanish, that shit is
fast, amazing.
Korean Brazilians.
Brazilian,
massive community.
Japanese Brazilians. That's the biggest community of Japanese outside of of Japan.
And they have their own little inside jokes about cultural nuance that we don't even are not even close to being aware of.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny to me. But if you even like look up like tourism in America, you get all these cities. You get New York, blah blah blah. You search like tourism in Kenya, tourism in Nigeria. It's just great.
Because this is the shit that people are looking for in their experience in Africa, because the perception is, it's fucking all nature, man. Everybody's still living in like a 1-story house, maybe.
Look up tourism in Brazil. Is it just bitches?
Nah, it's that fucking Jesus statue.
Brazil, they're fucking up too.
Why?
Because tourists are getting robbed. And so now it's fucking up the money. It's been fucking up the money for a minute too. Like that's why most people who go down there, you either need some like just a person with you at all times, just so they can just tell the other people, nah, they're good. But yeah, you can't even wear a watch down there. Like, you have to just look poor. Just have a white tee, some cargos, you know, you know, the Southern white outfit.
So why don't we go?
Bro, I wonder what other things like come from Africa that I just wouldn't. I wonder if that Nigerian scammer shit made us like have a little bit of a distrust.
So
African
I've told you what
products?
my dad told me, right?
All those
It
things
wasn't even
matter.
racist because it was so culturally specific. He said 2 people you never do business with.
Yeah.
Ismailis, which is a very small sect of Islam, and Nigerians. That was the only, he was like, don't ever trust those 2 people. He didn't say black people.
Bro,
he didn't say Muslims. He said
You know, it's
Ismailis
so
and
funny.
Nigerians. And this is an Indian.
This is
He
exactly.
got fucked over with one of them scams. That's why.
Well, he said that's the culturally they'll tell you that in India, like, don't trust them. They will put money over everything. The way Americans talk about Jews, they talk that way specifically about Nigerians and Ismailis.
But dude,
which is like 1%
Kind of a
of Islam.
compliment in a way.
But this is how people talk about Indians. So like I was talking to like the realtor and I was like, so what's the deal with this place? And it's like, honestly, like if you come in at the same number as the Indian family, they'll just probably go with yours. And I go, why? Because I'm like white or whatever. No, it's because you're not Indian. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, they're gonna drag this fucking deal out.
We will.
They are gonna ask for
Yes, we will.
inspection, get everything, and it's just it will be so much more money dragging the deal out, and then they'll walk away.
Yep.
At the fucking sign of the dotted line, walk right away.
Really?
That some people just won't do business with. I had a guy that worked at a car dealership says, I don't sell to Indians.
Yeah.
An Indian guy comes in with a suitcase full of cash, and I go, here, my other colleague will help you with your thing, because they're gonna find every little deal possible to do it. But some people don't want to work
No,
with
I
that.
completely get it. And what my dad was saying is, don't trust them because they'll screw you over. What I hear about Indians, and it ain't untrue, is we will negotiate for every fucking cent. We have infinite patience when it comes to negotiation.
Yeah.
We will win, and sometimes we'll win and still be like, I changed my mind.
Are the most tough negotiators always from like strong historical cultures?
What do you
Like-
mean by that?
Like it's like, oh, Jews are tough negotiators. Like Indians are tough negotiators. Like Nigerians are tough negotiators. Like you have to have like a rich cultural history to know how to negotiate hard. You know what I mean?
Explain rich cultural history.
Like you've
wealth?
been around for generations. You have like a cultural heritage that goes back thousands of years. Like you have to like kind of learn to negotiate.
Yeah, I know negotiation's baked into the culture, kind of like Morocco.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's baked into the culture.
You think
My
so?
mom said to me yesterday, she was talking about rich people who give advice on getting money. And she was like, why do they even talk? And then they'll never know what it's like to make money from nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, she's like, to this day, I am cheap. If I find a bargain somewhere, I just want to buy it. And it's like, because it took that for fucking decades for me to bring myself out of poverty to build what I have right now. And that doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And then these like rich people who are like legacy rich people are like, well, this is how you got to do it.
Takes money to make money.
It's like, shut the fuck up. What a crazy saying.
Yeah.
Imagine saying that. It takes money to make money.
Oh.
Well, thanks.
I guess I'll have no money. then.
I
That's a
remember
great
thinking that.
idea.
I would hear that, and this time my parents had no money, and they'd be like, "Takes money to make money." I'd be like, we ain't making no money. So that's like that.
It's like
I
LeBron
guess
James
I'm poor
teaching.
dad.
Yeah.
It's like LeBron James teaching basketball. It's like, yeah, I would just dunk it also. That's a good idea.
Just
When you're
jump up
close to it, just jump up and put it in.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't tell you guys. I didn't tell them. I don't think that how I got fucked on the flight to Austin. Did I tell you
Oh,
this?
yeah.
No,
This is
I don't think I knew.
I got
just
fucked
Wait,
up.
the
brutalized.
flight you didn't pay for it?
Oh, and Duncan
Yeah.
Trussell had a
Yeah.
great fucking take on this. So,
Bro, I got
go.
so bodied, so insane. So it starts because we got to the airport and I got there a little bit early. I went to the lounge. I'm hanging out, doing my thing. And all of a sudden, Ant Schultz texts us. He's like, guys, I'm running late. I need you to hold the plane. And I was like, all right, yeah, I guess we'll hold the plane. You know what I mean? We've done this before, right? Like someone's running late. Like you did it for me that one time where you like were like chatting up the gate agent and like you tripped at the fucking thing. So I was like, I'm gonna do the same. So I'm just like hanging out there, just on my phone, waiting. They're like, all right, 3 minutes to boarding. And I'm texting them like, bro, where are you? 2 minutes to boarding. Yo, are you coming on this flight? What do I need to do? 1 minute to boarding. I'm walking on. The woman's like, sir, you're the last one. I text him, I'm like, bro, you need to get here. And he goes, what are you talking about? I'm on the plane. I was like, what? And Dove goes, Mark, get the fuck on the plane, yalla. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he goes, yeah, I thought you saw me. I just walked behind you and I walked on the plane. And I was like, God damn it.
You didn't say hi to the man.
No, I purposely did it. So I was walking behind him, right? And I was like listening to a song I liked or something. And I didn't feel the need to do the whole thing. So, and then I saw him go for like the flat escalator, you know, the moving walking path.
Treadmill.
And he goes on it, and there's a couple with like a kid or something in front of him that just aren't moving.
Oh, yes. I remember this.
So-
I remember being annoyed by them, being like, yo, you're on the moving
Yeah,
walkway,
but your
walk still.
dumbass just walked behind them. You
Yeah.
chose. I went around, and then I moved,
I
and then
didn't
I
see it.
caught the next walking one.
Yeah.
You ever heard of excuse me?
They're sitting there with their kid. I got no rush. You know what I mean? I got to wait outside
Actually,
the gate anyway.
this same energy is why he ends up getting fucked.
Yeah,
I do understand that,
This
though,
is
if
called
you're like-
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I do understand that if you're like, well, I already got to hold up the plane for him, so
Exactly.
why am I moving them around?
Exactly.
Because the whole point is for me to be late
Yeah.
to help out my homie.
Nah, right is for standing, left is for walking.
That's the way it
That's
should be in a
That's
perfect world. Unfortunately, we're in a dystopia. So I walk onto the flight and I'm like, hey, can I'm taking my bag on, and they go, oh, sorry, actually, you can't take your bag on. You got to check your bag. I'm like, God damn it. But at least I got upgraded. So I'm in Comfort Plus. I'm not in Coach. So I'm in Comfort Plus. I'm good, and I got 11C. So I walk onto the plane.
Oh, motherfucker.
Every seat's taken, and then all of a sudden I look at 11A. I see my friend Dove sitting there, and then I look at 11B, and it's empty, and I'm like, oh, sick. I'm gonna have the whole row with Dove. That's great. And then I look at 11C, and there's just an old guy sitting there, and he's old. He's super old.
He's not even that old.
He's got fucking mustard on the side of his mouth.
He's
just
not
like
even that
old
old.
people's
He's like
spit.
50 tops.
And he's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, sir, are you sitting in this row?" Doesn't even say the seat. He goes, "Are you sitting in this row?" And I was like, "Yeah. I think I'm in 11C. I think you're in my seat." And he goes, "Look, my back is a quagmire right now. My back is killing me, and I have a surgery actually coming up at the end of the month, and
Oh my God. Fuck this guy.
I'm just gonna have to be getting up and standing during the whole flight. And so just for you, it might be easier maybe if you sit in the middle, and I'm able to kind of get up and sit down a lot." And I was like, and now at this point, I'm like thinking in my brain, okay, what can I do?
You're
to
next
try
to Dove anyway.
But he doesn't even know that. That's the crazy thing. He doesn't know that's my friend. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, all right, I can maybe sit next to Dove. So I pushed back once. I was like, you don't want to sit in the middle seat? And he goes, oh, no, I can. Of course I can. That's my seat, but my back is just killing me.
I hate this guy so
And now
much,
at this
dude.
point, everyone on the plane
it
is looking
gets
at
worse.
me. They're waiting for me to go. Like everyone's
and you were
standing there.
last aboard like
I'm
an
the
asshole.
last one. Everyone is looking
Right?
in the back.
Everybody's like, this late fuck won't just take his seat.
Exactly. I'm trying to explain it. Like, no, my buddy was late. I don't know. And then like the fucking pilot.
I was trying to be a friend.
Bro, the pilot comes out of the cockpit. He's like, what are you going to do, kid? And I'm just sitting there like, God damn it. And I'm like, okay, I'm a young guy. I can sit in the middle. It doesn't really affect me. It's a 4-hour flight. I'm going to sit next to my friend Dove, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever. I'll sit in the fucking middle. That's fine. And he goes, oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. And then we go and sit in the middle, and then he gets real chatty. He's just like, the rest of the flight, he's just chatting me. He's like, oh, you're a comedian. Oh, that's amazing. I love comedy.
Mark is chatty.
No,
no,
he's chatting me up.
Chatty.
You're a chatty.
You're a
He's
chatty.
chatting me, bro. I'm telling you.
No, you like to establish rapport.
He
Like
loves
you're doing
that.
a fucking
He loves that.
I don't
ethnography.
even need to be there, and I know you are
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
more
I've
than
seen you
chatting.
in action.
He's small talking.
Especially at airport. I feel like airports more. You're chatty patty at airports
No, it's
more than
everywhere.
anywhere
It's
else.
everywhere. It's
He
everywhere.
starts
Go on.
chatting me up, and he's just like, "Oh, you're a comedian. Oh, wow, you're going down there. You're going to do comedy shows. Joe Rogan's new club. That's amazing. I would love to go." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I would love to go to the show. If you have an extra ticket, I'd love to go." And I was like, "Sorry, dude. There's only middle seats at the show." And he's like, "Oh, you're so funny. No, but seriously, let me know." He like takes my phone, puts his number in there. Fucking
No,
now
don't
he's
fucking
like,
touch my phone.
He's like fucking.
He's done too much now.
He's doing a lot, and he's getting younger progressively throughout the flight.
This is him.
And
Mark
then
is
This is
offered
him. I know.
No.
You know what?
him
Just take
tickets
your
to
phone.
the show.
he's an old man with a broken back.
Mark said, "Oh, let me see what I could do. Maybe if there's a ticket." That's what he said.
No, he probably said, well, you guys should come.
That's
100%.
probably
He
what
said, you guys should come.
No, I said.
Nah, can you just say it for real, though?
I said,
Can you
do you
say
want
it?
to do 10 minutes on the show? You can have my spot. That's what I said. I said, if you want to perform, you're allowed.
Did you, real talk, did you offer him first?
No, he asked. He was like, I would love to go to the show. I'm a huge fan of comedy. I'd love to go. And at this point, I'm annoyed. And I literally said the middle seat thing because I was like, oh, sorry, buddy. But then he was like, no, seriously, I'd love to go. And like we exchanged numbers. I was like, fine, whatever. Because he's like an old guy. He's like he's going to die soon. And he's got a bad back. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then he starts talking more and more, and he's like kind of getting younger throughout the combo, and he's talking about what they're doing in Austin. He's like, oh, we got a roofing convention. We're going down there for roofing, and blah, blah, blah. And the guys are going to go golfing. I was like, oh, they are. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not. You know, I'm going to be on the cart. My back is killing me. And then this goes on for like 4 hours. And he just kind of comes back in. He's like, oh, you should blah, blah, blah.
Doesn't pee one time during the whole flight.
Doesn't pee the
get
whole
up
time.
one time during the whole flight.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
what
girl
it felt
that
like.
had the fucking bladder issue, and then she never went to the bathroom one time, and fucking Larry
I
had to
should
sit
have
in the
seen
middle.
the episode. I didn't watch it.
So then what happens? He
As
tells
the
you.
flight is landing, he's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm so excited to be in Austin. We'd love to come to a show. And the guy in front of him starts laughing. Like dying, like belly laughing. Like, oh man, this is great. And he turns around and looks at us. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then 2 other guys on the other aisle start looking at us, start laughing too. And I was like, is the whole plane, am I getting punked right now? What is happening? And the guy in front of him goes, Bill, are you gonna tell him? I was like, tell me what? And Bill just leans over to me and goes, hey, my back's not hurting. I was
Oh
like,
my God, I would have punched him.
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
yeah, I kind of figured that, I'll be honest. And he was like, yeah.
Yo, read his fucking name in your phone. Fuck that guy. He act like he would
Let's
get over
dox
on
him.
you.
Bro,
Can we dox him? Is that a crime?
I actually don't have his name. I don't know. I just
Yes,
have his
you do.
number. I just have his number.
I put his number out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, put his number
flagrant
out there,
motherfuckers get
motherfucker.
on this.
We
You
could
fuck
call
with
him.
the wrong person.
We could call him
This
right now.
sweet little Catholic
Oh
boy you
yeah,
played
let's
on
just
his
call him.
guilt.
This is
Now, what
fun.
did Duncan Trussell say again about this?
Oh, so this is the worst part. Is that as the plane is landing and blah, blah, and like the guy, like he gets his bag. He's like, oh yeah, my bag's right in the overhead. Where's your bag? And I was like, fucking under the plane. He's like, oh, that sucks. Anyway, I'll limp off the plane if it makes you feel better. Right, guys?
Yo, he was cooking.
Him and all his
That's
boys are
wild.
laughing. Him and all his boys are like, no, go slower, Bill. Slow down. Your back's hurt. And he's like, oh, right, I forgot. And then they get
Y'all
off the
should have
plane.
all fought them
Bro.
as a group.
Wait, did you just say
Well,
fuck?
when I told him, he just
Y'all should have rumbled, bro. Motherfucking greasers and socias out here, bro. It's
well,
going down.
Nah, yeah, you did let your boy get punked.
I told him and Dub, they were dying laughing.
I mean,
I
Dove
knew
is
it,
witnessing
but I
this.
knew it. I knew it. I
Like,
knew
Dove
it.
is witnessing it.
Yeah. I'm going to try to find his
How
number.
didn't he dove him back?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
Dub took pictures.
Nah, you gotta just be very. You gotta be. Yo, you're a man.
Elaborate.
That's it. Like you're a man. Like you shouldn't be complaining and trying to get a seat. Like you're a man. Like you're
Oh,
a
okay,
man
okay.
right now. Like if it's a woman who's pregnant or something like that, or like a woman who's dealing with something, like you can be there for her and like nurture her and protect her. But I ain't protecting no 50-year-old man, bro.
I wish you shoved him into the fucking
Nah.
other seat. I wish you shoved him into the other window seat and be like, now you got a window.
Nah, you should have been like, oh, what was your name again? Let me call Rogan up and ban you for life.
Yeah.
That's, you should have did something.
He's not even from there. He lives in Staten Island or some
He got the
shit.
win, bro.
I
He
know.
did get a dub. He did get a dub because you felt you didn't want confrontation.
Yeah.
What was the Trussell thing?
So Duncan's thing, I forget exactly what he
Sometimes
said.
we
He's like,
pretend to be nice, but in reality, we just don't want confrontation.
he calls it like idiot competency or some shit like
Yeah.
that. I forget what it is. He's like, it's like a Buddhist thing where like you try to rationalize your goodwill as a justification for weakness. And that like you basically got punked, but you try to justify it with kindness. And I was
Yeah.
like,
He just called you a bitch in a very
yeah,
smart
no,
way.
it's a very spiritual bitch calling.
Nah,
But I
he's,
think
he's
I
right
think,
though.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
completely
Duncan
right.
has probably been in situations
I would have
like
done
that.
what you
That's
did.
where he knows.
You know
like-
what? I would have done what you did, but rationally, if to take their point rationally, buddy, pay for the window aisle seat. Like that seat
No,
costs
you
more
just
money.
say this. You say this. I don't mind getting up. Hey, you say this. You say, hey, as many times as you need to get up and walk, I will get up. Don't feel weird at all about asking me. I'm totally okay with that. Don't even worry. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
That's all, because you sitting down, it's not going to be different in this seat or this seat. He's using the I might have to get up a lot as a fucking excuse. I don't mind getting up. I love getting up.
Yeah.
Getting up is my favorite thing. Move your ass to the middle
That's how you. But internally, when you're rationalizing, because I would have been like, I would talk to Dove anyway. I don't, whatever. Who cares? But rationally, in your mind, it's like this guy could have easily paid for the aisle seat.
Yeah.
He chose not to pay for it, and now he's talking about a back surgery, bruh. You got money for the back surgery?
Granted,
you could
he
pay
didn't. He
$30
didn't.
for an aisle seat.
He didn't either, so.
Yeah, he didn't pay for the fucking
But I
flight.
got upgraded to that seat.
Yeah. He
You
got
know
more
what?
status.
You didn't deserve that fucking seat. I didn't think about it until right now.
Yeah, really,
you
that's
really
really-
didn't deserve that
I deserved it
seat.
more than him.
It
It's on my
wasn't
ticket.
your seat. He at least paid.
No, he didn't.
How you know?
He got
he paid for
upgraded
a
too.
middle.
Yeah, he
He
paid
paid
for a
for a
middle
middle,
seat.
got
But he
aisle.
paid for one of them.
For the middle one?
Nah, he
the
probably
one he
could-
didn't
he
want.
probably
My
got
point is,
upgraded
he
also.
could have paid. You're getting a back surgery. You care this much. You could have paid the extra $20-$30 to get that aisle seat. You chose not to, and now you're guilting me because you were stingy for $20.
He just happened to be sat next to the perfect guy who didn't pay for anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
So you got what you deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
kinda
about to
evens out.
bully a guy out of his
It evens
seat
out.
who actually paid for it.
Do I call
on.
him? Do I call him right now?
Can we?
Yes.
Nah, don't do it now.
You better stand up for yourself.
What's 516? Long Island. Of course it will be Long Island, bruh.
You ain't even prepared. You don't know what you're about to say.
Nah,
no idea what
hey,
I'm
speak from your heart, dude. Just let him know. Leave a voicemail saying he guilted you.
You hurt my feelings, bro.
Yeah, man. That was a real shitty thing to do. Just be honest. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's gonna work.
You don't give a little fuck.
Wait, no, let it get to
ghosting
answer.
you, dog.
So I want them to hear his name at
He
least.
gave you a fake number.
Imagine.
Imagine.
He got me twice.
I reached a cell phone at Bill telling I'm not here to take your call.
Yeah.
Oh, you made a deal with a Jew, huh? You thought that was gonna work out.
God damn it, dude. But then I was like, oh, how fire would it be if I hit him up? I was like, hey, man, I got 2 tickets for you at the show. Like, you got me pretty good today. Nice job. And then they're waiting for you. They're actually awesome tickets. Just come by at 8 o'clock.
Why didn't you do that?
Yeah, why didn't you do that? Like, you literally just got, and you just
You did
accepted
nothing,
it.
yo.
But then I was like, I don't want to retaliate. What's the point of retaliating? You know what I mean?
It's
like,
fun.
Feels good. Yeah, it feels good. It feels, hey, come on, buddy. You know what I mean?
like,
It feels
come
great.
on, bro.
They talked me out of it. They were all like, nah, don't do that. Don't
Who's
deal with
they?
that. Tony and all the guys in the room, they're like, nah, just leave it.
Yeah,
you
the
know.
guy who just made an excuse for being a bitch, of course he is.
You had 8 hours before you talked to those guys.
Yeah, I know. And then it all
Son.
went away. It all evaporated.
Come on, bro. Get your boy.
He dapped him up too before he left. He's like, yo, nice to meet you, and like shook his hand and shit like that.
They were,
Parker,
'cause
you
they
serious,
were giving me
son?
this whole thing. They're like, bro, I was just ball busting, blah, blah.
Fuck
And I was
you.
like, all right. I got dude. I got body.
It's all good. It happens to the best
I got
of us.
body,
It
bro.
doesn't, though. But it happens to some.
You've never got body once on a plane?
Come on,
I
you've
mean,
been bodied.
when I
son.
was young.
Actually, nah.
You saw when a
he's
white lady
30 on
out
a
play
plane.
that shit?
Al is 30 on a plane.
Wait. I hear confrontation. I'm running to it.
Al's 30 on a plane.
You can make a scene. Black people have the privilege of making a scene on a plane, and you're going to be in the right.
Since 2020,
Sure.
things have helped.
Shub,
Yeah,
warm
it
it
has.
up in here, yo.
Yo, New
really?
Yorkers also.
Just put it on 70. It was on 69.
If you just
but
turn
I
it
put on
off,
70.
if you just turn it off, it usually self-regulates in here.
No. It was hot as fucking.
All right, what else we got? What else we
Wearing
got?
a
What's
sweater,
going on in
long
the
sleeve
world?
shirt, a hat, Al.
Miles. I go easy on you.
You see this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing, this women's college basketball thing? This shit was blowing up on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know what happened?
she originally did it. The white girl looked like me originally did it.
Yeah.
And then
does look
when she was losing, or when I guess Angel Reese and LSU were winning in the final game,
Yeah.
she went to her and
She
shit like that.
tracked her down and gave her one of these and
Yeah.
then pointed to the finger.
Yeah.
And white people went fucking crazy.
Yeah, Portnoy said that she's a
Classless.
classless piece of shit. or
Dude,
something
yeah,
like
I know.
that.
This is a 20-year-old girl, man. What
But
are you
wait,
doing?
why did the white girl do it?
The white girl just
She was busting ass in a previous game.
she talked
But she
cash
wasn't
shit.
doing it to somebody.
Yes.
No, she wouldn't go to their face.
didn't
She didn't go
up
to
to a
their
girl
face,
and
but
do like
you're still
that.
doing it
what
towards the
she
opposing
did- what
team.
she did do-
The difference is like it's Steph Curry doing his shimmy to the crowd versus Steph Curry going up to the
Here's-
defender. Let me just get it out
Yeah.
and doing the shimmy to the defender. One is more insulting
can't believe it.
than the other. I'm not saying like I think the fact that like men care about female basketball at all is stupid. So I don't care about this at all.
First
but there
ever
is
game
a
I ever
distinction.
watched,
No, this girl seemed cold
Also,
as fuck.
a real quick
There's
point.
such a slight distinction, but basketball is talking shit, bro. Like they do that shit, and she
Yeah,
was
it's
popping shit
wild
the whole
pussy
game.
that anybody is even commenting on. It's like, yo, shorty, you lost. Somebody can come up in your face and do this shit.
She, to her credit, she seems dope. She's not saying anything.
Nah,
she don't
she
give a
was
fuck.
tight.
Because she was
tight
talking
about it.
She
shit
could be
the whole
tight,
game.
but she wasn't like
In the
putting.
press conference, she was tight about it. She
She might have been, but she wasn't like pouring gas on it. And I was like, yo, I didn't, but I was like, yo, I should watch because this girl seems fucking cold. And also, there was shit where like she was guarding a girl behind the 3-point line, and the girl, I guess, can't shoot. So she just backed up 15 feet and then did this.
Yeah.
Like that
Like,
ain't disrespectful.
That is mad disrespectful.
Yeah, listen, there's no question that she has to be able to tolerate that, and all these white people losing their mind can shut the fuck up. It's just being annoying.
Yeah.
Like, but there is a distinction, but both can be part of and within the trash talk
Yes,
of sports.
both are acceptable.
Simple as that.
I love this white girl, and I love when it came back on her. Both
I
of
would
them
be
are
honest,
great.
do it backing up and going like that is way. That is the same thing as going up to someone and going
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I would compare those two, not the this to the other one.
Yeah.
Because when she's just doing this in general, like, yo, you
Yeah,
can't
but what
see
people
me.
were saying was like when Shorty did it, they were saying, "Oh, that was swag," and then when Angel Reese did it, they're like, "Oh, nah, that's fucked up. That's unsportsmanlike." All
She
this
has no
stuff.
class.
And it's like it's
Come
really
on,
the only
bro.
difference is just black and white. It's really the only difference.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers just don't like to just call it for what it is. That's just what it is.
I will say it is more fun watching white people dominate basketball because it's unique.
Oh, that's the only reason why I watched.
In the same way
I couldn't
Tiger
believe
dominating
that there
golf.
was a white girl
Yeah.
balling.
In the same way Tiger got dominating golf was fire.
It's always
Yeah.
fun to see the outsider be successful.
Yeah.
Like we're always going to be drawn to it. If there was a midget that was great at swimming, we would watch it all the time.
Son,
Like,
Muggsy Bogues.
yeah.
A midget good at basketball, 5'3".
Now, what I will say, what's something interesting that I noticed from just watching clips is that Steph Curry might have saved women's basketball.
Yes.
And I say that for this reason. The problem with women's basketball was that they don't have the athleticism to make it interesting, and this was coming at a time where the game was dominated by athletic talents, right? And by athletic talents, I mean like jumping high, running fast.
Inside out.
Jordan is dunking on motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Everything is at the rim. Everything is just leaping into the air, right? Steph comes around and brings the game outside, right? Beyond the three-point line. Women, surprisingly, can also shoot. So what's happened is a girl has developed skills like Steph's. The game is like almost identical. She's running off of screens. She's like using the entire team to create this separation. Her range is crazy deep. And now it's become incredibly engaging because you know what it turns out? We really like three-point shooting.
Yeah.
So women should just focus only on being able to launch it from fucking half court. And then we will watch the game in the same way that female tennis is interesting because of the longer volleys.
Yeah,
right. Like
rallies, yeah.
or rallies, whatever.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Like that's what I've heard. Like people go, no, I like watching female tennis because it's actually fun. The play is a little bit longer. The men are so strong, so
They
dominant.
serve so fast. The point is basically over as soon as they serve.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if the athleticism is cool, it's cool to see that type of power.
Yeah.
But when you want to see a dynamic game of
Tension
tennis,
and build up and shit.
yes, exactly.
I don't feel that way, but I've heard that many
Some
times.
people
Yeah.
might say it, whatever.
Yeah.
And there
Women
are
are more
people that watch women's tennis. Like
Yeah.
obviously
Oh, no, it's
credit
huge.
the
Williams sisters.
Williams sisters for that.
Also,
for sure.
same thing. Black women dominating a white woman's sport.
Yeah.
Fire.
But I would wrap basketball around the great female shooters that are just launching from wherever, incentivize that like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because we will watch that game. People were watching these finals. It felt like when fucking Steph was
Yeah.
in the
Davidson.
exactly with
Yeah.
Davidson when he was in March Madness. Remember he was lighting it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit of that, but a lot of it was like Lakers, Boston, the black team, the white team.
Oh, I'm
you
just
have
talking about the
ballers on
whole
both
tournament.
sides.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah. I just this particular game, it felt like that.
it's
Like
white people are gonna always overreact
all black
about
Twitter
this
was
shit,
like, even though I love so and so, whatever, I can't root for the white team. Like I saw so many of that, and I'm like, wow.
Have
it's
you seen the
really
difference? What the songs are singing in the locker room?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Iowa State team is singing something from like fucking High School Musical.
Yeah, it's High School
And the
Musical.
LSU team, I'm too old to even know what the fuck they're rapping, but it's some rap song. Everybody's hype, fucking doing the whatever crazy shit, and then the white girls are just singing literally
We're
Zac
breaking
Efron.
free, soaring. It's amazing. But it got him pretty far, I'll be honest. Zac
it was
Efron,
cold
Zac
as
Efron
fuck.
floated them.
Shorty could ball. Bro.
Yeah.
We
She
need
is
like a white
nice.
we need a white Globetrotters, bro. That's what we're missing.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
we got the
yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters, but we need like the Connecticut Globetrotters.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that would help.
Well, it was the Washington Generals.
Yeah, they would
That's
always
the
lose.
team that the Globetrotters played.
Yeah, but I don't like that team. I don't like them as much.
Yeah,
But
you know what could make this even more, make us like women's basketball even more? We love the drama of sports outside of the court. Like, we act like we don't like gossip. We love Kyrie acting up. We love all the gossip that comes with it. Who better at gossiping than women?
Oh, I hope they both go to WNBA. And
Yeah.
I hope this rivalry continues
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great for the sport.
will the WNBA know how to like? I wish they could like lean into it. Like I wish they
The
could like
race component or
just like the two of them
rivalry?
feuding or like the rivalry or like
should.
play
Yeah,
up
it'll
the
go.
antics
It'll
of
go.
like the characters.
At some
Bro.
point, I think they'll squash it personally, but it'll go.
I don't know if they're either not smart enough or they just don't want to perpetuate the women are catty and they argue.
Perpetuate that
Yeah.
shit. It
But-
works for Real Housewives. You got to have these
works for
girls
the NBA.
bitching in the locker room. It works for the NBA. Like, let's
Yeah.
go. Let those
when we're
personalities
catty,
rip.
it's not seen as
respected
cattiness.
for balling.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. Go. This is what you need to do: is fucking shoot 3-pointers from far away. That's something women can do that is similar to something men can do that we will watch. We don't want to see girls miss layups. We don't want to see girls do horrible like back down post moves. Like the game sucks outside of shooting 3-pointers
Yeah.
from far away.
Her highlights are dope. It's just
I think it
pull
should
up.
be 1 point if a girl has a layup. I think they should reduce reduce the amount.
You lose a point if you lay up.
Yeah. You cannot incentivize that in any way.
Yeah. Why don't they just lower the rims? I know people talk about that, but
Well, they make the ball smaller,
That's
which
the
is
other
why
thing.
they can shoot
They
well.
should be better shooters. The
Yeah.
ball is smaller.
it's a tennis ball.
They're just throwing a tennis ball into.
But make it shorter. Give them like a little
regulation rim.
Tykes like plastic rim. Let them fucking break it every game.
Yeah.
Put a trampoline. Call
You
it the
could
Harlem
make it shorter,
Globetrotters.
but
Guys are sexist. Bro.
but you know what it is? They
Put them in some short shorts or something like that.
Nah, we don't need all that. But just lower the rim.
Even if they lower the rim, they don't have the hang time to do anything dynamic. It sounds fucked up, but like even the girls that can't dunk, they dunk like I dunk.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you're just barely getting it over good. In order to look good up there,
you need shoulders up.
Bang.
You gotta be doing some shit.
yeah. So you'd have to lower it to 6 feet or something for them to have it for real. Like you would. There's just no way. They don't have the hang time.
A shorty's 6'3".
Which
Or
one?
6'4".
But she ain't
White
dunking.
girl?
Not Angela Reese's teammate. I think she's like 6.
Jasmine Carson is her name,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
She's like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn.
That's like a center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But yeah, I think you're right though. Just have them shoot from the logo. That one
Yo.
logo shot she took in like
Great.
the semifinals.
Son, I was watching highlights and I was like, I didn't, but I was like, I need to watch the fucking women's college basketball
Son,
final.
I that was the first game I've ever seen.
You watched the whole
9
game?
million
I watched the whole
Son,
game.
Four quarters?
Yeah, so I started a little late. I came in maybe the second quarter.
That's just black. You can't. Son,
Nah, it was
9
good.
million viewers. That's
Son.
crazy. That's more than like a Thursday NBA.
Was it 9
prime time.
million?
Son,
9 million viewers.
It was the
There's the answer right there.
And I'm
Divide
telling
the
you,
teams up, white and black in the WNBA.
yeah.
I think that would actually, honestly, that would work. You have white teams and black teams.
No.
It would work.
It would only work if every
She's
team
the
had a
first
Caitlin
white
Clark.
girl who could ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough white girls. Just her and Pearly Things or whatever that girl is. And you just put them on a team. Sue Bird. You have a few others. Boom. They're the white team. And you just make them play black teams.
Oh no, Diana Taurasi could hoop.
Taurasi, baller. I don't know if she's full white.
Whatever her name was.
Would Vegas go white or black, you think? The Aces?
I mean, we would have to see the team. Or you just saying just based off where
Yeah, I think just based off like city. Like Seattle
Vegas
goes
white
white.
girls,
Seattle
Vegas.
goes white. Phoenix goes white. Indiana's white. LA's black. Chicago's black. New York's black.
All right, we're running out of whites.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a stacked season for them. They're gonna be busy. A lot of bussing.
Did Trump get locked up yet or what?
Yeah, it's supposed to happen today, right?
Yeah.
Boys, he's a couple of, I mean, he's within the vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
Oh, he's here in court or whatever?
Yeah.
He's in New York.
Yeah.
He was at Trump Tower yesterday. I dapped him up. And yeah,
Checked in? How's he doing?
Well, I tried to make sure he got welcomed in.
They
and
both got
it was
haircuts
cool.
together.
It was fire, bro. Went to Carbone.
You gotta invite him on the pod, dude.
Dude, I know. We were talking about it, and no, it was cool. It was cool. No, he's in town. I think they said they're not going to take a picture.
No mugshot,
No
no
mugshot,
cuffs.
and then no cuffs.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, that is gonna cost Donald Trump millions of dollars. Merch with his mugshot.
Yeah, I know, that's fire. What?
Son, that
Yeah.
shit would have flown off the shelves.
gotta-
He was tight. He's not getting the mugshot.
I mean, nah, he negotiated for no mugshot.
He's like, I'll turn myself in. I won't make a big deal of it, but don't disrespect me. Don't make me look stupid.
But then he would be a martyr, though.
Yeah.
I think he can play it off like a martyr no matter what, but this way there won't be this lasting legacy that he was handcuffed.
Yeah.
And
This is the only memory that we'll have of the day.
I know.
Son, those pictures look so real. It's crazy.
Were you in like group chats with people talking about this?
No, I saw pictures online. I was like, there's no way this is real. First, you know why? Because there's a picture of Trump running, and I was like, Trump old ass can't run that well.
Yeah, I mean,
that one.
That one,
great
yeah.
form.
Like he's running
There's
away
no
from
way
Yeah.
Trump can run that well.
All right, so what do we think happens here?
So I've heard it's not just a Stormy Daniels thing. There's a bunch of charges. We just don't know the other ones.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a Stormy one. There's another woman that allegedly they paid off. They hit her with 150. I just don't know if there's anything strong enough to stick within the New York indictment.
Yeah, if it's just paying women, not only will it not stick, I don't think we care. And to y'all's point, it kind of makes him a martyr. Like, yo, they really are coming after this guy.
Well, they are coming after him.
Yeah.
Unfairly so.
Yeah, and so that will only embolden people to be like, yeah, I think we should vote for this guy.
You don't think it's unfair what's happening to him in terms of how politicians are treated and the corruption that exists within politicians? Because there is a higher ceiling for corruption. Like we know that Biden put his fucking kid in Ukraine, he's getting payments for doing absolutely nothing. We know that Biden went on record. There's literally him at a conference going, listen, I told them if they didn't change this thing, he was talking about this Ukraine situation. He's like, I told them if they didn't fire their prosecutor, then they're not going to get any aid. You know what happened? They fired their prosecutor.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's kind of framing. Like everyone else got treated unfairly and he's being treated fairly.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Which makes it unfair.
This
I feel
is,
like it's just politics being politics.
you know what this is? This
He
is
just
Trump is a black man in
sloppy.
America. Trump is a black man in America.
He's too
Everybody else
arrogant.
is treated unfairly. He might be getting treated fairly for what's happening to him for breaking the law, but he deserves that unfair treatment that all those other people
Frank
have.
Lucas with it. He's too arrogant. He's too showboaty. And they're like, nah, we let you get away with so much, but you can't be swinging your dick also.
Yo, but was Bill Clinton swinging his dick?
No.
Hey.
That's funny. But
No, but he-
Not in front of doors.
But he wasn't swinging his dick, but they still came at that
Still
motherfucker for...
apologized. Like, when's Trump ever apologized? Clinton got on fucking live TV and apologized.
That was soft.
It was, but say he had to,
but
he had to kiss
denied
the
it.
ring.
He
because-
denied it hard for a long time. What did he say? It
I did
did
not have sexual allegations. Yo, that'd be funny if I ain't hit.
Yeah.
I ain't hit though, bro.
But didn't he say something like it depends on what your definition of is when they pressed him in the, on the trial or whatever?
Also, what was the weed smoking thing?
I still don't know what that means.
That's fire.
Nah, they hit him with the weed smoke. They hit him with that. They went after him crazy. I think they are going after Trump crazy, especially for being someone who was president.
It's politics being politics.
The I did not inhale thing? What even is that? I don't remember that.
What, you talking about the Obama thing?
No, the
Clinton. Like, it's that
was,
famous
he said he
clip where he's
smoked
like-
weed, but he didn't inhale, so he didn't really
Do
smoke.
you remember that?
During the time when, like, if you ever did any drugs, like, that makes you not qualified to be a candidate. And then fucking
30 years
by
ago,
the time
society's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Obama's in his book. I was smoking weed. I did a little coke.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
yeah.
But did
Trump
people
did.
buy the justification, him being like, I didn't inhale?
No, it was a punchline.
Okay, people at the time were like,
Also, I don't know if this is correct or not, but like with hookah, for example, they're saying you're not inhaling if you just like breathe in and breathe out immediately. But when weed, when you like take it and like kind of like swallow it and hold it in, it's different. And that's what they consider inhaling compared to if you just go.
Yeah, but that's also a dumbass justification.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He was using every little inch that he
Yeah,
could use.
It's insane.
We should have known right there. And to be honest, I think the only reason he won is Ross Perot ran, took 20% of the vote, and most of it was
He was
Trump
also
Bush.
like one of the greatest campaigners in
He's
history.
incredible.
He's like one of the most amazing politicians that's ever lived.
I
Like,
think re-election, we realized this motherfucker is great. We love him.
the economy was fucking booming. Like everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The clip, somebody asked him about Epstein's Island. He just looked at him. He just started laughing. You should pull this up. It's really funny.
Who, Clinton?
Yeah, Clinton. Yeah, he's still swaggy. Like
Yo,
he still got.
I think that's the important thing to acknowledge, and I think that's where everybody's going to get caught up. Is like if we just acknowledge that he's getting treated unfairly compared to other politicians and what they go through, if we just acknowledge that, then we don't have this like massive canyon in between the parties. Like if everybody just goes, yo, compared to what these other politicians get away with, bro, Pelosi and the insider trading shit, it's ridiculous. Like you want to talk about like manipulation of funds, like within politics, like
But he's manipulating the country, bro.
by paying off a hooker.
No,
if
I'm
you-
talking about all the other shit.
If
That's what I'm
you
saying.
charge
He's too
him for
loud with
that,
the other shit.
and I think
No, sorry, just real quick. There's no question. Okay, we're not talking about
January
why they're
6th
coming at
wouldn't
him.
have happened if he didn't try to claim that.
Sure. I'm not talking about that. If we want to talk about them coming after him for January 6th, that's a different thing. Right now, they're indicting him for paying a hooker hush money with campaign funds.
Yeah.
Which you could argue it would greatly help his campaign if they hushed her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it is
No.
important
But
for their campaign.
That's the argument that the DA is using. They're like, you did this to help your campaign, therefore it is considered campaign funds.
Not the DA. That's the
defense is using
his defense is using that against the DA.
No,
Yeah,
the
then how-
DA. So the DA, so basically the lawyer paid off Shorty. Trump reimbursed him from his money. And the only reason why they tried to hush Shorty up was because of the campaign. So therefore, the lawyer was doing something for Trump's campaign. That's the only way they can tie it to campaign funds.
But then why?
That's the argument that
but
the
that's a really
prosecution is making.
but that's a really flimsy argument because
It is.
he just has to go. I was doing that to protect my marriage.
Yeah.
I didn't want my marriage to be.
This is a very flimsy case. I don't know how they're going to win this.
So just to make sure we're on the same page here. So that's what I'm saying. It's a very flimsy case, and a case this flimsy that is being brought to a person who is president of the United States would never happen. Would never happen. It's happening because he gets special treatment probably because they don't want him to run again.
Yeah.
Maybe, let's assume it's that. So this chasm starts to build when neither side acknowledges truth.
Yeah.
Right? And if we both sides just go, yeah, he's getting unfair treatment. This is kind of embarrassing. This is stupid. There isn't really a case. Maybe there's other shit that you could charge him for. Maybe the January 6th stuff. Maybe that's legit. Election fraud in Atlanta. But this specific thing is unfair treatment just because he's Trump. That's what I'm saying. Like, if both sides just acknowledge that, then we don't get this divide where one side is wearing the fucking MAGA hat just to antagonize the other side, and it's just this fucking beef where nobody wants to talk to each other.
Or if they were like, yeah, we're charging him unnecessarily, but this motherfucker tested us too many times, so now we're gonna make it a pain in his ass.
You can't say that.
Can't say that. That's not how the justice system works, man.
Justice system has got to be just. Wait, but if he wasn't running, would you feel the same? Or do you think people would feel he's being charged unjustly?
Yeah.
If he said, I'm not running again.
Because this is a flimsy, if that's the only charge. Robbie was saying there might be, you might need fact check.
I don't think they would charge him if he wasn't running.
Yes, but I'm saying, let's say if they did with the same shit, even though he said, I'm not running again, would people still feel it's
I would
as
feel
unjust?
even more.
Oh, really?
Because I'd be like, oh, you really just trying to bury this guy. He's not even running. He's not causing anybody no problems.
Yeah.
He's paying off a girl that broke a fucking NDA. He's a married dude that cheated on his wife. And we're talking about 150 grand in campaign funds. We're not even talking about what the fucking DNC did and Hillary did for the Steele dossier to bury Trump. Like, that was crazy compared to paying off a hooker some hush money. So it's like, I don't know. I think there are comparable situations where an $8,000 fine was bestowed on Hillary Clinton. I think a $100,000 fine was bestowed upon the DNC for the Steele dossier. It's like, that's a...
What's the Steele dossier?
So Steele was this guy who was hired to essentially look up all these, like maybe ex-FBI or ex-CIA that was essentially hired to find a connection between Russia and Trump.
Okay.
And I think this is where the P tape comes and is he locked in? And it was bullshit. It was all nonsense.
Yeah.
And it came out to be nonsense. And they fucking paid for it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I also think the DA feels pressured because he ran on the fact that, hey, if I get elected, I'm going to prosecute Trump.
Ooh.
And so when he gets in office, at first he was looking into the ongoing investigation, decided that he wasn't going to prosecute him, and then he got all this pushback from motherfuckers who like, yo, we fucking elected you because you said you were going to do this. So then they reopened the case, and then he found this loophole to charge him. So they're using a lot of stuff from like the tax evasion and all that stuff.
That's what I heard.
And they're like tying it with this one payment, because if all the other shit goes down, it'll make it easier to prove the one payment thing. And that's like the big felony charge.
I remember a New York Times, I don't know if it's New York Times, but it was like in 2018 talking about the Trump family having like all these shell companies to misappropriate tax and all that shit.
Yeah.
And that's where I thought they could get him. And I heard that's also a part of these. There's like 32 charges apparently.
Yeah.
And I've heard the one that's getting all the publicity is this, but the other stuff no one knows. But we think it's like the tax evasion.
Yeah, the other stuff
that's more
is
gettable.
Concrete. Like they can definitely get him on that shit, but all of those can be lowered down to misdemeanors. So they have to tie it in with this election campaign funds so they can charge it, like consider everything.
That's even further proof. It just looks like he's trying to get the guy.
But it's also his lawyer. His lawyer fucking snitched. His lawyer pled guilty, said on the record Trump knew about all this stuff, and the lawyer was like, I can say whatever the fuck I want because he's president and he can't get charged.
We're going to trust a lawyer who literally lies for a living? A person who gets paid to lie for a living?
I'm just saying it's his lawyer. And he admitted to being guilty and says, hey, I'm guilty in the stuff that I did, and I was doing it. And I was doing it because I was instructed by Trump. And they couldn't process Trump at the time because Trump was in office. And so now he's not in office.
Tiki Wiki was saying that you're going to watch a very funny thing where Trump's lawyer, who was guilty, the defense team now defending Trump is going to be like, you're going to trust this guy? He went to jail.
Yeah.
I know. It's so funny. Yeah.
Well, I can't trust this guy.
They have to tear his ass apart. And it's like, yo, you...
But like Sagar said, if you wanted to get him on the Georgia shit, I think that's gettable. I think that's valid. This guy's literally on tape saying, just find 3,000 more votes.
I still think all that stuff is coming.
Yeah, and then why would they start with this? There's another theory I heard on Tiki Wiki, which is like, hey, maybe we're just getting everybody used to the idea that Trump is going to get indicted for shit. So all the uproar will happen early. Then it's going to kind of die down. And the stuff that we can really get him on, we're not going to get as much pushback for it. And now everybody's kind of like, all right, well, we're kind of worn out on outrage.
So they're kind of bearing their own lead with this bullshit case to get him on other stuff.
Or does China not want Trump to run again because Trump will be strong on China, the Middle East, Brazil. Trump will clap back on all the bullshit that Biden has just allowed.
Yeah.
So is China and the powers that be over there that may be in the pockets of the Bidens and maybe the DNC and whoever's in charge right now, are they basically going, hey, lock that guy up so he cannot run because it's going to make it way easier for us?
Yeah, it's a
Conspiracy.
No, that was one thing Trump did well. He was tough with China that I liked. He's tough with all this. If Trump was like, yo, I'm going to shut up about domestic policy and not make things worse, any domestic issue, I'm just going to deal with China and Saudi Arabia, I'd be like,
If Trump was
I'm
on
vote for the
his
first time in my life.
same shit-talking level just about foreign affairs.
Them? Let's go.
Like, I loved it when he was at the G8 or whatever, and like he was kind of situated in the back and he just shouldered his way to the front, pushed little Macron to the side, pushed the fucking German bitch over here, and was just like, yeah, I'm the US, I should be in the front. You need a sociopath like that.
Yeah, I wonder though, what if this is part of like back end Kissinger deal shit? Where like now we're on some conspiracy shit, but what if they're like talking to China and they're like, hey, let's work out a deal. You don't do any fuck shit with this, and like you leave us alone with this thing, and we kind of play nice together. And they're like, all right, but you gotta make sure Trump doesn't run again.
And why do they say that?
For all the reasons you mentioned.
But it looks like right now with everything else that's going on in the world, that China and the rest of the world are basically saying, fuck you, America, we don't need you no more.
Yeah.
So why are they so emboldened? That's what I don't understand. Like, I understand that making that play, if they had assurances, like 100% assurances that Trump wasn't going to run, but in order to get those assurances, they have to be able to lobby the people in charge right now. Oof.
I think I heard this New York Times podcast. Like the Democrats do better in elections when Trump is the main talking point in the news. And when it's whether it's good or bad, if they're only talking about him, it like galvanizes the base to be like, yo, we got to get out because he's gonna win.
You need a lot more motivation to get a Democrat to vote than a Republican. So a Republican's like, yo, it's 4 years, let's go vote.
Yeah.
A Democrat is, if it's 4 years, like, we're gonna vote, and then let's just hang out.
Yeah. So,
I think that's why with the mail-in ballots, there were so many more votes from Democrats.
Yeah.
They just didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
it's much work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remove a barrier of entry, which is I'm going and standing
Republicans
in line.
can't wait to vote. It's like, it's my
Love
duty.
that, I know.
Yeah.
They want to do that. What is it? Where you got to be in a fucking juror and shit. Jury.
Oh,
duty.
yeah,
They love all that.
Yeah.
Like, man.
And to be fair to Democrats,
civic duty.
civic duty. And to be fair to Democrats, most of them live in bigger cities where lines are longer and it's harder. Rural area, voting takes 5 minutes, bro. In and out.
It's in and out if you vote here.
Really?
It's in and out.
I don't vote, so I wouldn't.
I voted every single election. It's right in and out.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. I ain't gonna lie.
Voted?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
They should make it an app, bro. It's insane that it's not an app.
Nah, I don't want it that way.
China win every year
Yeah.
with that shit.
Fucking make it that much
Too
easier to
hackable.
fucking hack.
Now I really want
It's easy to hack now.
Yeah, but
like-
now it's on paper. Like, so you have, if somebody wants to do some fuck shit, now you have the paper ballots that you can go back and double check.
Also, it's gonna fuck
Like,
up.
you
Like,
really have to do
Maybe.
bubble. It's like bubble chart.
I know. I don't know. This
the
is
count is fun. Like, you know, the whole night when the different states is coming in.
Yeah, it's
like,
fun. It's
that
high
shit, like,
stakes
right
TV.
over
Yeah.
Do it on the app. Let everyone live stream their app or some shit. There's got to be a way you could do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is like when all cash went digital.
I mean, if
And all
everybody
the
gets,
old people were like, we got to keep cash, man. We got to keep it under the bed. We got to take care
if
of it.
everybody gets to, verify the new blue check and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's go.
There you
Let's go, dude.
dude, have church donations decreased since people are carrying around less cash?
Probably. I mean, I don't know though. If you're still able to get like tax deductions by just like giving a church $20K, like
Oh, I'm not talking about the big ones. I'm talking about when the basket's
Tithes,
going
yeah.
around.
Do they have a QR code on the basket?
They do, but like, who are you gonna break out your phone? You're gonna do the
Nah,
whole thing. It just feels like a
you got to do a tap to pay. They got to put a little square in there.
yeah.
That would actually probably would work.
you get more
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, 100%. Tap to pay,
but-
$5.
Yeah, but church, even though they don't pay tax regardless, they probably don't want motherfuckers actually seeing how much they're actually bringing in.
Yeah. And then you can hear everyone beeping
cash
next to
only
you.
situation. To
This
be like,
whole row, no one beeps, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Damn, you motherfuckers,
Yeah,
no one beeps."
actually, the beeping would be good. Make that beep loud.
Yeah.
Put the little
the
boom
louder the
mic on
donations,
that.
the louder the beat.
Make it a hallelujah.
Yeah.
Have a Jesus voice. Thank you. It's just God from
For
heaven.
Andrew's tide, it would have been a gong.
All right, let's see what Billy did.
Yeah, I haven't seen this. So do you want to set this up?
Yeah. Nah, it's just somebody just asked him about Epstein.
Any comments on the alleged allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein?
This motherfucking swaggy, son.
What did he say?
I think the evidence is something.
Yeah,
clear?
Yeah, I think,
He said, I think the answer is clear. That's not a good answer, bro.
It don't matter. You
Bro,
see the
that
smile.
smile,
Come on, son.
Bro.
Like, this guy possibly fucked kids, and I'm like, the swag, though?
That's crazy. My stomach hurts watching this. You were wild, dog.
Nah, come on, he played
So
the sax.
I went out with
He played the 6-year-olds, I think.
Yeah, the sex. That's what he said. He played the sex.
I went out with the guy who does his calendar. Him and Hillary's calendar. So basically, like, books all their flights, their travel, does all that kind of shit. And I was like, yo, what is their take on the whole like Epstein thing? And that was exactly how he described it. They're like, they just think it's the most ridiculous thing. I was like, what's up with like the Clinton body count? Like, have you heard about these things? And they're just like, yeah, I don't know. We just kind of like laugh at it. They don't take any of this shit seriously. They just think it's the most absurd.
The most
accusation.
absurd thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't call it the most absurd thing
Yeah.
if I'm them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I get it.
When you're in the bubble?
Yeah, I know, but they gotta treat it the Kobe Bryant way. We're like, I could see how she thinks it's assault. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
I could get the context clues. I
Nah,
get it.
Kobe took an L with that one.
The huge L, yeah. I think with Clinton specifically, I don't know if there's any evidence of him on the flight logs to the island.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's evidence of him on the flight logs when they were doing that charity trip in Africa.
Yeah.
And there's like, within Africa, they made like 8 or 10 stops or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So I think what people did is conflated the two. They were like, oh, he's on the plane. That means...
But he got
that's
that,
my guy.
But he
would never.
He got the
He would
back
never.
massage pick.
Nah.
He also has like 4
From
rape
whom? From whom?
accusations.
From what's her name? The main
From
accuser
women.
chick.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
That was good, dude.
Holy shit.
That was good.
Holy shit. Oh, that's so funny.
And then this one, which isn't real, but is also fire though.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
That's
real.
Stormy Daniels right there.
Young Clinton.
Yeah, it's crazy. You saw Tate fully bearded up, walking around.
Yeah.
Yo.
That is why I think he likes the beard and the hair thing.
Why?
That's why he likes those pictures out there. Like, you notice when he got back into his place, he didn't shave or anything. He was like, yo, I'm disheveled. I'm Muslim, I'm disheveled, and I'm going through something, and I'm gonna come out stronger. And like, it just shows him like pacing back and forth, smoking cigs, looking kind of fat. Like, I think he likes the perception that like he's in a rut, even though he
Now-
knows he isn't.
Here's the reality of it. If Trump is running again, nobody's going to even pay attention to Tate.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I think Tate filled like the Trump void of like a bombastic leader.
Man.
Great
Man.
word, bombastic.
Yeah,
Great.
and like I think that if Trump is coming back and wilding, like, dude, bro, the guy is so in it. Dude, I posted this thing the other day, and it was just him going, Puerto Rico. Bro, him trying genuinely to pronounce a Spanish word correctly is funnier than anything a president has ever done in
You know
history.
who else says words?
Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico.
Can we get more volume in here, please? Thank you.
Yeah. What'd you say, Al?
Yeah, but another person who pronounces words funny, Tate, I guarantee you, they merged. He brings them out like the Nelk Boys and shit like that.
Bro.
Absolutely, that happens.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see
Absolutely,
Tate
that
grabbing
is
on.
that base.
But I don't know if Trump would want to associate. I'm curious.
What?
I'm curious if
You
he
think
feels
Trump gives a fuck who he associates with. He just wants to win.
Yeah, but I think now he's like a little bit more
And Tate be,
neutral than he was when he came out.
Tate be talking that West is falling shit. Like,
Yeah, you can't associate yourself with somebody.
The guys who vote for Trump are fucking patriots.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me I don't love my country. Don't tell me the West is falling. I'm not listening to this fucking Muslim telling me the West is falling.
Now, question with Tate.
When he sees Tate got all the fucking young kids, that's gonna be like, hey,
Because he
this
did
is
bring
this.
Nelk,
Yes.
despite, them having wild content. But
they didn't shit talk America. They're Canadians. They don't even
that
like
is a
most
good
of that
point.
Canadian
They love
shit.
America. They're big America. The fact that Tate shit talks America, I think it's going to be hard to associate with him. I think Tate will associate himself with Trump for
Yeah.
sure. If Trump says the right things, but I don't think
Grab
that
on.
Trump can go back.
I don't put anything past. I
Puerto Rico.
don't put anything past that guy.
Yeah.
He is.
I mean, he will do the most entertaining things. And his wife is unbelievably hot.
Have we seen her? Like, what is she doing?
I don't know, but goddamn.
Yeah. How
conjugal
long
visit?
ago is this? Is this a minute ago?
This right here?
Yeah.
This is around the time
This
when
is
Puerto Rico
around
got
Puerto Rico
decimated
that-
by
yeah.
a hurricane.
Oh yeah.
And he just goes, Puerto Rico.
Nah, pull her up though. Let's see. Pull her Instagram.
Puerto Rico is...
Let's see if she got
guy's a
any
legend, bro.
any new content.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of AI shit, did you see this Balenciaga ad? This shit went super viral over the week.
Phony, though?
Yeah, but it's like insane how good this is. This is an AI app called Midjourney, where you're able to like create like video and stuff. So this was made in like a day.
That's not that good.
So it's like the Harry Potter cast basically in a Balenciaga ad. And this is like posh versions of them or
What
whatever.
is the difference, Potter, between H&M and Balenciaga?
But this is every movie that's going to come out for the next 20 years is just going to be this.
Really?
I don't know. This is like conjecture, but I'm like,
I mean, you can make AI movies. This right now is not good, but
it's
this is as bad as it will ever be. It will only get better from here. Did you watch that Kanye thing I put into the group text? And that's what he says at the end, which is that's a crazy video where this white guy just makes up a rap like Kanye and he uses AI to generate Kanye verse and it sounds exactly like a Kanye song.
Yeah.
And then he said, keep in mind, this is as bad as this technology will ever be. This is the worst it will ever be. It only gets better.
Exponentially so.
Yeah, this 10x more real is real. And then I was listening to something, I don't remember what, but they were talking about like they'll be hacked into your brain enough that they could just make the exact movie you want to see personally. I know Andrew Schultz well enough to know this is what he doesn't like in a movie, this is what he likes in a movie, this is the ending he wants in a movie.
So I'll get my own version of everything I
You'll
want.
get everything you want.
you know what would be a
personalized for you.
better version of Top Gun Maverick? If you were Top
Top
Gun
Gun
Maverick.
Maverick.
Yeah.
And we were taking on China.
And you can watch it. You can go, yo, don't make that some random country. That's China.
Yeah.
And then you are fucking Maverick. Miles can be Goose. And then that's literally in the movie. And it's actually you in it. And you're looking at yourself fucking flying planes and doing 6Gs.
I mean, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get really fucking crazy.
This was just made by a guy in his house in a day.
I need to take some time and like get into ChatGPT a little bit because I haven't even used it at all.
Same.
And I don't even know what I would ask it. Like, what do you ask AI?
Someone explained it that they were like, interface with it as if it's God.
People are
Jesus
using it as
Christ.
Google now. A lot
Yeah.
of people are saying that Google's basically, because Google had to monetize, that people don't trust the answers anymore because you like put ads on it. Like you Google best credit card and the first 5 are like ads for the best credit card. So people are Googling now, like they're going on ChatGPT and being like, what is the best A, B, or C? Like they're using it as Google and then ChatGPT is doing the hard end of doing all the comparisons.
Is there a subscription for it?
It's
Yeah.
there's the high end's $20 a month, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Google apparently saw this coming. They said this is going to decimate our Google search, which is like the foundation of everything
Yeah.
we do. This is going to take us out if we don't do something quickly. And I think the only thing they can do is their own AI.
Yeah.
And they must have
And they
it
are. I think
Bing
they
did-
just launched Bard, but
Yeah,
it's like not
Bard.
that good. Yeah, people didn't fuck with it. But it's like integrated now into Google. So you just like Google something and it'll just tell you.
No, I think it's into Bing.
Oh, yeah. And then AI's or Google, I forget
Microsoft.
what it's called.
Yeah.
Google has another one. But apparently it's not good. People don't really like it.
It's going to get better and better at joke writing, apparently. Like, he couldn't find the joke, but my friend texted me, the one who works in AI, we asked ChatGPT to write us a micro-penis joke. And he was like, the joke was actually funny. And then he linked me to an article that basically said AI is going to replace the need for a lot of writers in a comedy writer's room.
I think it will definitely, it will definitely replace like the late night joke style where
Yeah.
you're just kind of like connecting to
current
ideas.
event, punchline,
Yeah.
another current event.
Yeah, yeah, and I think we'll just find all those connections. It doesn't even need to replace it. It just needs to go, here are all the connections between these things, and then if you're like a half decent joke writer, you can just put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even contrarian comedy, I think it can do pretty easily. Hey, let's take linear logic and flip it. Let's take linear human logic and then let's flip it and then let's make these two things correlated that shouldn't be or whatever.
I think the trickier thing with that will be the restriction on wokeness. So it's like, it's saying that it won't give certain opinions on certain things.
Yeah.
So the protection for the contrarian kind of comedy is that the take is often justifying something that's wrong, and the AI wouldn't be allowed to justify a thing that was wrong.
As long as they keep those restrictions in place, it won't be good at contrarian comedy if they ever decide to lift those restrictions.
Yeah. Yeah, your comedy better get personal, guys, if you want to be in the game.
Yeah.
You better talk about something unique to you.
Yep.
Better talk about
Can I show you a
something
wild
unique
thing?
to you. Yeah.
So there's now a whole subgenre of AI porn.
Now, this I feel like will only get more popular. Take whatever actress you think is hot and then just have AI porn with that actress.
I would like to watch
That's the
this.
deep fake shit.
Nope.
No, AI.
Because deepfaking, you're basically taking someone's face and putting on an existing porn star.
Yeah.
What I'm about to show you are images of women that
don't exist.
That don't exist.
Can you go down a little bit?
That's like, what's that fucking movie with Keanu Reeves?
I love watching porn with the boys.
That looks super real.
She does exist.
She exists.
Nope.
She needs to exist.
Nope.
Hold on. Hold on, right here. Stay right here.
Yeah, that's.
And they have, this is the crazy part, they have Instagram accounts now of these fake women, and then you go on the Instagram account, and then you go on the OnlyFans account, and the guy who's created her is getting paid $5 a month and like interfacing with ChatGPT to talk to these guys. There's people making tons of money on fake porn stars.
Wow. This is how real it looks. Look at the girl on the left that has like her arm, whatever. The other girl has her arm around her waist. You can see it's like pressing into the skin.
Oh, wow.
They even did that.
So none of these women exist. Well, I mean, they probably did, technically speaking.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, they're like, I feel like I've seen all of these girls before.
Yeah.
But they don't exist, though.
That's what I see when I see most white women. That's how I can't.
Is that why you keep trying to fuck them?
Yeah, bro. You've just been living in AI this whole time, dude.
Not anymore, but that they look the same. Like maybe this one looks different, but are there two sets of twins that I'm looking at, or is 4 different girls?
It's 4 different people that have never existed.
I like that Al looks at white people and goes, are they the same?
They are.
How wild, bro.
I mean, what?
But that's deep fake.
Keep going.
But that lady
why do you
exists.
scroll past the fucking
I'm
best
sorry,
one?
dude. I feel like it's kind of weird to be staring at
No,
Volvo
that's
with the
not
boys,
that
dude.
Lady
That's
exists.
not actually Wonder Woman, dude. That's
Gal Gadot.
someone who looks similar to her.
Just go zoom in a little
It's a
bit.
fake thing that looks similar to her.
Zoom in.
You want
Dude, you suck at this, bro.
it's weird, bro.
Bro,
It's like a little weird.
why is it weird to look at pussy with the
You brought it up,
homies?
motherfucker.
I want to show you sort of the breasticles, but I don't want to get all in the meat of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's nice.
I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Go down, though. Go down.
She played a little softball.
Let's see what she got. Let's see what this one got.
Chicken wine.
Oh, you're gonna
We
be
got
pissed about this though.
And a little belly button piercing.
The thing that Midsummer has.
That's a fake person?
Yeah, that picture's never happened.
Unbelievable.
Again, it will get exponentially better
Mid-journey.
every month or whatever the fuck.
I mean, that's great.
So I'm almost like, does this open up a lane for like cruelty-free porn?
Yeah.
Like now you don't even have.
Why would you watch a real woman with flaws when you could just watch a fake woman
Not
with no
even
flaws?
making these like.
Nobody.
Yeah, them titties are a little lopped.
Yeah, I like that they making. Look at that. One pointed to Akash.
But if you don't want it, if you don't want it like that, I'm almost like, is this gonna make like dating even harder for guys?
No.
Like imagine you're fucking 13 years old, been jerking off to this your whole life. All of a sudden you turn 20 something, you're like, I got to date a regular chick
Yeah.
with flaws.
How they even gave him some itty bitties. I like that.
Bro, this is.
I like that. Like, yeah.
None of these
diversify.
exist, bro. How crazy is that?
Oh my God. We got to go to Strabuckus or whatever.
But
Strapbucks.
Strabucks. Go zoom in, bro. Goodness gracious.
But isn't the thing
You
about
can, you
this
can see
is
the
like,
hand is a little fucked up.
maybe I'm conflating
You
two things.
looking
but
at the hand, you
I know.
fuck.
I'm telling you why it's not real, bro. You would fuck this girl without a hand?
Look at that.
Yeah, you would smash without a hand, bro? Nah.
Yeah.
She got a fugly hand and she's working a minimum wage. Not gonna touch that, bro. You crazy?
She ain't working there, bro. She on the other side of that counter.
She's a customer?
Yeah. Golly,
Is this,
bro.
Is this different from
Whoa.
You know when
Stop.
everybody
Zoom.
Yeah, we can't talk.
Yeah, come on. We got to look in there. Yo, let's go. Give me more of that gobble, my boy. Wait.
Oh, you want to get more in
there, bro? Let's get in there.
How much more can you go?
You can't zoom any more than that.
ChatGPT, they do not like pubic hair, bro. Not a
that one
single
Asian girl
pube.
had it.
Internet, my G. The internet don't like pubic hair.
Yo,
This is just
pubes is
all the
coming
shit
back.
from the internet.
Pubes is coming back. So
What?
all these fucking young OnlyFans girls, they not shaving
Can
now.
we look at perfect feet, though?
So that's the tricky thing. That's why I was bringing up the hand shit. Is it's not good at hands or feet.
They'll get there.
Fuck that shit. Stupid ass
Yeah, give it
AI.
time.
What's
Give
the
it
point of
time.
this?
Give it
What
time.
Yo,
is that?
can someone explain how perfect that girl is?
Yeah,
Like,
what
holy
is
shit.
No. Let's
Go,
appreciate that.
yeah. Can we get her without the panties on?
Like that's like a
Yeah,
little.
well, that's the crazy thing, bro. You can.
All right, so give me that. Ask it.
All right,
That
it's gonna
I
take me a
like.
little bit of time.
I like that one.
He's technically right because it's not a person.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that thing.
Hey. Yo, that butthole is mid-fart. That butthole is a little bit gaped. Let me get in there. Can you zoom in? Does it not stay in when you zoom? Stay right there, Mark.
How long?
When you got that little hamburger mouth.
How long do you need
Look
me to
at that
stay
little
there, dude?
smash bun. What is it called?
Smash burger. That's a
Look
smash
at that
burger.
Smash burger right there,
Can you
bro.
smell it? You can smell it, bro. Take a whiff.
Yo,
She
that
had-
shit right
She
there.
had the butt plug in for a minute. She just
and then
took
just
it out.
pull that
She
shit
just took
out,
it
right?
Yeah.
And that shit is just going like this.
Hot breath. Hot breath.
Real talk. And she's Asian. Fuck out of here.
Bro.
With a
Fat
donkey
pussy
like
lips.
that.
She got fat pussy lips too.
Oh, this native.
Oof.
Insane.
Go down.
Are you enjoying this?
Son, you ruined
Son,
it,
this
bro.
is-
You get,
I know.
oh, shit. What's happening?
there's-
Dude, we could do this forever and it's fun.
There's unlimited.
It's
There's
never
unlimited.
not fun. Every keep you go, this is just excellent.
This is the crazy thing. It's unlimited, literally.
Every new image. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Ah! Wait a minute, hold on.
Ah, they haven't got the fucking down. yet.
Yeah. That
Come
looks.
on.
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
that.
horrible. Too diesel. Oh, there you go. Some pussy here
Oh,
for you.
pubes, but weird.
Titties look too
Look like
wet.
your mustache.
Hold on. Wow.
God damn.
Them titties is crazy.
They are tittying.
That looks like a real human being again.
That's a real pic.
That's a real girl there.
Yeah.
Nah.
Insane.
Crazy, right?
That was from Slut Whisperers Party.
You can go in the comments and the guy's like, so here's what I did in order to get this. I blah, blah, blah. I did this. I did this prompt in order to get this thing with this shading.
Yeah. Just nobody cares what you did, bro.
Bro, how?
Oh, meat. Go back. Zoom into that meat. Go down. Go down.
I mean, you can say anything you want. It's not even objectifying.
They got the water coming out too. Dick look crazy.
That clit
fake.
is crazy. Look how crazy. That's tentacles.
Go
dog.
down on that. Go down on that. Zoom in on that.
That's nice.
We've maxed out our enhancement
We
capabilities.
can't go.
Come on.
Oh, come on, bruh. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do now? What y'all gonna do now?
What you gonna do now?
Bro, it looks like Venom.
Wait, she got a
That's Venom's tongue, bro.
She got
That's
a-
crazy.
She got what?
clip piercing? Is
No,
that a
I think
clip
that's
piercing?
just wet.
Yeah, that's a render issue,
It's
I
that
think,
wet
technically.
She got that wet.
What the fuck?
Here we go.
Oh.
All right, get out of here, bro. What in the world? This is not real?
No.
So, all right, let's get out of here, bro. This is crazy. I don't even want to know what the internet's about these days. What is that? What the hell?
Let's get out of here.
It's insane, bro. This is the internet your kids are going to be on.
Yeah, that's
Son, no, the
wild.
internet our kids are gonna be on is way crazy.
Yeah, facts, actually.
What's this Jonathan Majors white woman new twist?
Oh, apparently, FA sent me this. Like, there was a new advancement to the story that apparently some of the leaks between him and the girl that accused him have come to light, either through the attorneys or some other way. And basically, it looks like they're trying to like corroborate their stories together. potentially leading to the idea that he maybe did do something nefarious with her, and they're trying to like squash it.
You gotta call that shit.
Hell, they call that.
Call that shit.
Alex
Apparently.
Media.
Yo. Axel Media?
Paxel Media, let's fucking go.
They call him the Oracle, bro. They call him the Oracle, bro.
Dude, that was an all-time moment on the podcast. Paxel Media.
We have our
what
days,
happened
bro.
in your brain?
We have our days, bro. We have our days.
Bro, that's insane.
We have our days.
Okay, Trump indicted for hush money. What else we got?
I do questions.
Oh yeah, can we get some Patreon questions?
Let me
We
pee
have
in the
another
meantime.
Patreon question.
First question comes to us from Groovy B. Do you think America's a bully in the world?
Not now.
Yeah. We're getting bullied.
Yeah, not now. I feel
Bully.
like nobody respects
We need someone to
us
stick
right
up
now.
for us, dude.
We need
We need someone to fight for us.
Trump back, bro. Dude, imagine. I mean, oof. What?
What was our peak as a country? The 90s?
No, the best years of this country are ahead of us. 100%.
You keep believing that.
100%. I believe that sincerely.
I mean, I was thinking
I don't.
we have been tested. The 60s, the 50s, the Cold War, whatever. So far, we've gotten back. But I was wondering how scared were people of the USSR in the 60s and 70s? They must have been terrified, right?
Terrifying,
More
yeah.
so than us of China right now. And they must have seemed just as threatening.
There was a draft. Kids were going over and dying.
And Russia is like it was huge landmass. So many countries, the USSR.
Oh, Russia, yeah.
People thought that a nuclear war was imminent, man.
Yeah, they had nukes. We had
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Once they stop trading with the U.S. dollar, that we're done. We're in the tank.
But that's only a couple countries.
Nah, but that's
still
gonna get
like
the ball rolling.
60%.
That's gonna get
World
the ball
debt.
rolling. You don't think that shit is gonna?
World
it could.
debt is still in the U.S. dollar. And if you want to de-dollarify the world, you have to remove the debt. And right now, all these countries, in order for them to get a loan, they're going to have to come to the World Monetary Fund or International, what is it, IMF or the World Bank.
What's to
And
stop another country from doing that?
Yeah.
They have to. They have to step up and start doing it. So maybe China will step up and start doing it. They have done that in certain parts of the world. Like China's done that in Africa. I think this is like the Silk Road Initiative or something
Belt
like
and
that.
Road Initiative.
Belt and Road Initiative. And so they're implementing that for sure. But a lot of these countries also already have loans that exist with the World Bank and the IMF. So it's not like they're loanless. Right? So these things have to be called back. Those things are in U.S. dollars and secured by U.S. dollars. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens when they stop trading in dollars. They trade in their own currency and they go through an inflationary period like Argentina where their currency gets smacked in the face by 100% inflation.
Yeah.
Then we ask Malaysia like, oh, was that nice trading in your Malaysian shit coins or whatever it is? Oh, well, good. Look, oh, would you like to trade in dollars again? Well, it's going to be hard for you to get dollars. Now you have to buy dollars at a premium because I don't even know if I want to sell you dollars. So if we want to start playing that game, we absolutely can. To act like we're not the biggest consumer in the world and we can't change markets is ludicrous. So these countries can say whatever the fuck that they want. They can get all cute about wanting to train their own fucking currencies, this, that, the other. Go for it. That's fine. Dance. Have some fun. But eventually you're going to have to pay the piper. And that might be the situation Argentina's in. It might be a situation that India is in. If you're not making shit and you're not controlling economies, you have to come to one of the big boys and ask for money. And if that's China, okay, let's see. China doesn't have like a real, I don't want to say real economy, but China's economy is like closed off to the world.
Yeah.
Right? The world can't invest in it directly. I think you can invest in some kind of like Chinese companies through like ETFs and shit. But like the money that is within China can't leave. So if you're a Chinese person, you can't just go invest in like the NASDAQ.
Right.
It's even hard for you to get your money out and buy real estate. So it's like, it's not like a real economy.
Yeah.
Like what happens if they do get money out? You know, like that you got to keep 1 billion people or whatever the fuck they have. You got to keep all of them and all their money locked in.
That's why they're buying up all those houses and shit. Right?
Outside of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
they're just trying to get their money out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a lot more complex than any of us can explain. But to act like, a few countries going, yeah, we're not going to do this in the dollars. Usually that meant like you die. Whatever dictators in the past said, we don't want to do it in the dollar, they were dead. Gaddafi, dead. Saddam Hussein, dead. Right? Like immediate.
Yeah.
So let's see what type of action happens now. Let's see how, let's see what happens with Brazil. I don't want anything bad to happen with Brazil, but let's see what happens when like their biggest trading partner in this side of the world goes, we're not that happy with you. Maybe we'll go somewhere else for bananas or whatever the fuck that they produce. Now we got ChatGPT for porn. We don't need you guys for that. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of different things.
We got leverage.
We got leverage now. You know?
It's my dick. And that's the lever.
That's the leverage. We got the internet for this beat off shit. So, yeah, I do think that the best days of this country are ahead of us. Many more great days. 100%. How we interact and interface with the world, will that change? Sure. 100%. 100%. But I don't know. Maybe all currencies die. Maybe we go towards a digital currency. Currency's already digital now. It's not like, what do you think? What are the percentage of dollars that are actually printed versus the dollars actually held at banks?
Yeah.
It's like a fraction of the percentage is probably printed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're already dealing in some sort of digital currency. I don't know. I don't know enough. We should have somebody on that can like talk about this. I want to get PBD on because he's coming to town. So
yeah, he'd be fun.
Yeah.
He'd be fun, and he's plugged into this stuff, and he really cares about this stuff, and he'd be a great president if he was born here.
Yeah.
He had a good thing. I think that's interesting. Like if you're in the armed services, you're not born in America, but you join the armed services, should that qualify you to be president?
Ah.
Because you have to be born in America to be president.
Yeah.
Or in American territory. Like, I think...
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. You could be born in Puerto Rico.
But isn't that... I think there's something there. Like, if you're willing to give your life...
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. I just wonder if you could, like, subversively get into it. Like, we got spies in the military for sure. Right? Like...
Oh, yeah, of course. But we have spies in America that aren't even born here.
Yeah.
But if you come here when you're like 5 years old, you join the military. Like, if the military isn't vetting you out, you know, maybe if you reach military captain or something, there's a way where, you know what I mean? Like
Some type of threshold.
Yeah.
Or like if you like renounce your other country's citizenship or anything like that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Especially if you come here when you're 5.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We should be able to flip you by then.
Yeah.
If you came here 5 years old and we haven't made you a believer, then that's on us. That's really on us.
Yeah, why do you want to be president?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Black Widow. I think she was 11 when she came here.
That's too late.
Yeah. Oh.
That's too late.
Yeah. What if you just made it a threshold? You got to live in America since you were 4 or 5. Then it's like, yeah, all right. Yeah. Then you can be president. We need better candidates. Our candidate pool is too small.
Bruh. But who would want to go through that? That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's just
Anybody smart enough doesn't
experience. Yeah. How can we make it less awful? Or should it be awful so that we completely vet the people that are going to be president?
Nah, you just get the power hungry. They're willing to put up with all the shit because I want power.
Yeah.
It's like sociopathy to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like anybody who really cares about their family, because I was talking to PBD about it, and he's like, I was like, what about governor, being governor of Florida? He's like, to put my family through that, to be governor, it's not worth it. President, like I think that you can actually make some real change, and I don't think he really thinks that Florida's in that bad a place. I think he likes kind of where Florida is and how the people are there. But like when you're putting your family through that,
that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
You got to not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or you got to believe that in order for your kids to grow up in a world worth living in, those changes need to be made now. Like that small sacrifice that they're going to make.
And they almost require you to have kids and a wife. Like
to be president, yeah.
It's kind of wild. Like you couldn't just be like, oh, I've dedicated myself to this country on some pre-shit and be like, I'm not marrying anyone. Yeah. Then they call you a weirdo.
Yeah.
I like that though. That Merkel girl, the German girl, like she's only thinking about now. Like I need you to have kids and grandkids where you're worried about how they're going to live.
Right.
What their life is going to be.
You're plugged into schools and shit.
You can have the wherewithal to think.
Nah. That's why Germany's fucked. Right? She just thought about when she was prime minister or whatever the fuck they got.
Did Hitler have kids?
Say again?
Did Hitler even have kids?
Boom.
Yeah.
He was thinking about the future.
Hitler
had a very clear vision for his future.
That's true.
Yeah.
He was thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not enough.
No.
Not enough. Anyway, what do we got? Hector Perez?
Yep.
How's it going, guys? We have heard y'all speak previous jobs each one of you guys had. If comedy content creating wasn't a choice, would there be a blue collar job each one of the Flagrant members would be best at? Which one would y'all hate to do?
Blue collar?
Bro, you know what I loved? Landscaping.
I was thinking the only thing I could do is mowing the lawn with a riding mower.
Yeah.
I think I could handle
You
that.
follow that guy on TikTok that pulls up to people's houses and he's like,
seen him,
hey,
yeah.
can I hedge your lawn for free?
Yeah.
And they're like, sure. And then he just films a time lapse of him like perfectly manicuring this lawn.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah,
It's
and the
amazing.
people love it because their backyards are like dumps and he just cleans it all up. But
Yeah.
I remember when I would do that when I was younger, and it was so satisfying, like afterwards to look at what you did.
I'm not making funny. What landscaping in New York City?
My folks at the beach house.
Oh, okay.
So I would just, mow lawns and do like hedges, that kind of shit like
Would
that.
you do neighbor stuff?
Yeah, neighbor shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I try to make money at it. But like, I remember finishing and looking at what I did, and I'd feel great.
Nice.
And I remember reflecting on it, and I was like, wow, this is weird that I like am feeling good about this outside of the money that I made.
Yeah.
Like I really liked looking at a thing that I achieved.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like farmers and stuff feel that every single day.
Yeah.
Like,
I've read an article about this where some of the most like satisfying jobs, the ones where you can see the progress happening almost daily,
Yes.
and it's physically seeing it. Like a tree falling down. You had to chop down 100 trees, and then you sort of see all the trees are done, the holes being
100%.
dug.
Yeah. My brother-in-law is a contractor, and he's like, the best thing in the world is like masonry. Like getting a big driveway and someone's like, hey, you got to get perfect bricks all the way down here in this specific pattern. And you kind of like set the pattern and map it out in your head. And then the next 3 days, just like.
I think I could be really into that as well. The contract and like solving the problems of building a place, how you can get around certain things. Oh, if you build a mezzanine, it doesn't count as a second floor as long as
it's just Legos, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or like a mechanic. I think that's what I would want to do. Just like fucking like work on cars and shit. Someone car broke down.
Yeah.
Lift it up, just like tinker with it. Does that count as blue collar? If you're like, if you're like doing custom cars?
Yeah.
Because then it'd be fire.
Still.
That'd be sick. Like
Yeah.
chopping up cars and shit, it'd be amazing.
What about you?
Yeah, I think landscaping, something like that. It's the only thing, and I can't lift anything heavy. So if there's like mulch, I'll do my best, but like I'm gonna need other real Mexicans there to help. Yeah, for sure. But that
Alex?
seems fun.
I don't know. I've done a lot of blue collar jobs, and I didn't like any of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know
you do?
what. Well, I was a cop. I worked at a restaurant.
That's blue collar?
I guess. What is definition of blue collar?
Like
Yeah,
manual
these-
labor is what I'm thinking.
I think, yeah. Actually, I don't know the definition.
Like working at a factory to me would be blue collar. Landscaping would be blue collar.
Doesn't matter. I think the jobs that are all in the same vein. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a job where you get to see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, being a cop would be rough.
Like I would have loved to be like a coder, and like be able to just build some shit, and then I can see it online.
Like web dev and shit.
Yeah, like that. That seems fun to me.
Yeah, I think you just need to see it. There's something about that, like building a home for someone. It'd be nice, obviously, to live in the home you're building, but also like just seeing it slowly go up, seeing that construction and like
Yeah, you had a good
adding
day
your-
and you're like, bro, I got a lot of shit done today. This whole thing is basically.
meeting deadlines.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I pressure washed a lot of boats, and then it was like put in some headphones,
Just go after it.
pressure wash 100
Pressure washing is
houseboats.
fantastic.
And that would be like, some people would hate it. They'd be like, I don't want to it's so, and I was like, sign me up. I will pressure wash for the next 5 days. My hand would hurt from holding the wand.
What does that say about society that like all those manual labor jobs have like popular TikTok like subgenres? You know what I mean? Like that people are like, oh, I like watching a guy like pressure wash or like hedge the lawn.
And
Or,
what do you
like,
think that is?
I don't know. Is it something that's human that we just like seeing?
Yeah, we're like getting away from our roots a little bit.
Yeah, like seeing people like progress in a
Yeah, I
very
think
like
that's
specific
our
manual way.
roots more so than sitting in front of a computer.
I also think we like seeing things be organized. It's like watching a dirty room get cleaned, watching a filthy boat get cleaned, watching the front yard that's an absolute mess get like perfectly organized.
cleaning's a
It's
big
like
one.
that Maria Kondo shit.
Yeah, it takes a lot of thinking on the front end, but then once you're in it, it's just like kind of passive, like zone out, just like do it.
Yeah.
Like so much of corporate work is like fractured and systematized. Where it's like, hey, you do one. It's like Henry Ford, like
You don't even
fucking
know what you're doing.
line work shit.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I do this one tiny part of this one thing, and I never even see the final product.
Yeah.
And I'm like so detached from this work, and I'm just like a little cog in this machine. Whereas when you're doing like a skilled like labor like that, you're
It's
like,
before and after.
I get to do the whole thing, and I'm in charge of this domain.
You ever see him resole a boot or like a nice leather shoe? That shit is
Cord swaining or whatever it's called. Like bespoke like shoe manufacturing and shit?
The bespoke shoe manufacturing.
I don't know
These
what that
shoes
is.
look like they should cost $20,000. The amount of effort that goes into carving and molding and placing all this material. You can bring it up right there. When people will make like you know what a bespoke suit is, right? Like they make it to your designs, right? They're tailoring it to you. You can also do it with shoes. What are they called? Like Oxfords or something like that?
Basically, your shoe. Right?
That's a style issue.
Which one?
No, isn't that your custom joint?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that considered bespoke if it's like a custom made to his tailor?
I think
It would be like a bespoke is like a one-off.
It's more like a suit that's like made to you.
If this is made for only me,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
then it would be.
And it's like a leather shoe, and then they like Goodyear welt it or whatever it is, and they're just like beautiful leathers. It's a really fun YouTube video to watch.
I like that Reddit channel, Oddly Satisfying.
Yeah.
And it just shows random shit, but it just it makes you feel good just watching it get done.
Yeah.
Like pottery or whatever, just wild different shit.
This is a friend of mine that literally just like makes them, and he just like spends all day in his little workshop and then just like fucking ships away and like carves out like the front of the toe.
Bro.
Like sources all the fabric and leather and like whatever he wants.
Now, like, how much does he charge? I mean, how much would he sell that for?
I don't think he really sells them. He just kind of gives them to people.
Wow.
So then how does he feed himself?
Putting on the fucking traction one square at a time.
Yeah. That's not even the traction. That's literally just like the thing to grip it into the actual like bottom of the boot.
How many views is he getting? So how is he sustaining his life?
He's got a real job.
So this is his hobby that he does.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what else we got, Miles?
Hey guys, it's your boy. You guys got me on the last one.
Looks great.
This week though is now they got to experience, acting, playing video games, doing all this other stuff. Have you ever thought of doing voice acting roles, whether it's cartoons or shows or even video games? Let us know.
Akash?
I'm doing a cartoon. I was doing two. One got canceled. That's fine. It wasn't very good. But I'm excited about the cartoon I'm doing with Rami. It's called, I think, #1 Happy Family USA. And it's kind of like a very silly take on his post 9/11 high school life, Rami's. And then I play like his homie who's like looking out for him, Dev. And it's very cool. I love Rami, but voiceover is a lot more work than I realize. Where like you're doing every single line 3 or 4 times. So like I was a lead in the Netflix one. So it was every single line this guy has, I have to do 3, 4, 5 times. Do it this, emphasize this word instead, emphasize this word instead. And comedy, there's just such a constant feedback thing. You don't feel it. It's a conversation you're having. Even if I'm the only one talking, we're conversing. This is like the same thing over and over and over and over. And after 2 hours, you're like, I'm so much more tired than I am after like a pod or whatever. Yeah. It's
there's
interesting.
no flow.
Yeah. It's still fun though.
Are you watching the animation when you're doing it?
You're just reading this because they haven't written the animation yet, as far as I know. So I'm just reading the lines in a sound booth.
Gotcha.
And then there's somebody listening on Zoom or whatever, and they're like, yo, can you do this way? Can you do this
Did you have
way?
to do pickups at all?
No, actually, yeah, I would have to do pickups after I'd record an episode and be like, whew, they'd be like, okay, we need pickups from the last step. And I'd be like, God damn, I didn't get it the first time.
Yeah.
Were you doing
we do
your
everything
voice?
4 times, huh?
Were you doing your voice or like a
I
cartoon
did it in my
voice?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Both of them I did in my voice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
imagine you had to do that shit in some crazy accent. Or
It's
like,
tough, man.
or like some fucking like silly cartoon voice.
That's why Cartman, he's like the guy who did Cartman, Master Hunter Trey Parker, it was ruining his voice. It was such a strained thing that they've had to basically like digitally recreate it because he was like, I'm not going to be able to talk in 5 years if I do an episode a week for however long. So they digitally recreated him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's going to be huge.
He would do the voice like roughly, and then they had like a
put
knobs
effects
of
on it?
sorts effects that would sort of recreate Cartman.
Well, now with the ChatGPT shit,
Just about to say, like, voiceover is going to be gone.
at least recreating.
Yeah.
Because you don't even have to talk in the accent anymore. You could talk in your own accent. They could just adjust it like they did Kanye.
I got a crazy story about that.
Okay.
There's a story that just came out where there's a phone call that gets rung into these two parents, and they're sort of older parents, and it goes, hello, the New York County Police is calling you from a paid collection, whatever. And then it cuts to the kid, their child, their son, and he's like, guys, I fucked up. I did something wrong. Like, they caught me at a bad thing.
God.
Yada, yada. I've only got 2 minutes on this phone call, and I'm so sorry, yada, yada. The parents are freaked out, and then it cuts to, my time's up, cuts to the prison director or whomever they're like faking this call with. prison director says, hey, we're going to send someone by to your house. If you want to pay the bail, it's $10,000. We'll have someone by your house in 2 hours. They somehow collect the $10,000 or whatever the money was, and they give the money to this woman. And then they find out the next morning, they're panicked. They try to figure out where he is, that it was all a scam and that they had faked his voice.
Jesus
Because he had been like, I don't know if he was like prominent on the internet, but enough of his voice was on the internet that they were able to like.
Oh yeah,
all of our voices. Can be faked.
Yeah.
Easily.
So there's a website now, UberDuck, where you can basically just like type in shit and then pick a list of thousands of names of real people and cartoon characters and type in anything and they'll say it. So like
mirror back to.
You come be special, get a haircut.
Go back to mirroring, Mark, so it's playing through the speakers.
Oh, yeah. Are there any more questions?
No, we can cut to this. That's fine.
Okay. It's just wild. I don't know if you even want to get into this, but it's like a fascinating thing. You could literally pull up all these different names from all these different shows ever and then pick the character that you want and then literally just type in them to say anything.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So like we can go like Simpsons.
And now with the AI, it could respond to you. So you can have like a conversation with AI now.
Yeah, people are falling in love with ChatGPT.
Yeah. So we do
Like that movie Her.
Yeah,
great movie. Homer Simpson, and the Homer Simpson is like.
Do you talk to it, or can you just have to type?
You just type
talk.
It.
No. You
Yeah. You could type. You could talk, but this one is just typing. So, and then it takes a second to kind of like render it out, and then boom.
I love your bucket hat.
So it's not perfect, but like, and you can kind of type it to the voice.
I love your bucket hat.
What are you trying to say, Palix?
Yeah. And then some characters are better than others based off like what the reference files they upload are.
The Plankton or Squidward one was really good.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, this is just amazing that this exists. Yeah, I don't think we gotta.
But the fact that you can talk to it and talks back. And
Can we
like,
do that
have
now?
a
Can we
combo.
talk to the ChatGPT?
I mean, like we could pull up ChatGPT,
I think you type.
but you can't talk to it. As far as I know, I don't know how to do that.
I thought the one on the phone that caught that lady, it was like a conversation.
They're typing.
Oh, they're typing.
They're
it?
typing up what the guy's gonna say.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Just a crazy thing.
What a time.
What a time, dog.
But doesn't Shorty's robot, doesn't it talk?
Who? Whitney's?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I spoke to it, it was, I mean, very simple.
Yeah.
You know, like it kind of understood the prompts that you gave it within. You couldn't ask it anything difficult. You couldn't ask anything like thoughtful. Like, do you like being a robot? Yes, or something like that. But you couldn't ask like, will you eventually be free? And everything had to be really simple. It was like one sentence.
Yeah. But do you remember the first time you went on the internet?
Yes.
Similar vibes or no?
It's similar vibes in that I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling I've been trying to explain lately, which is like, I know ChatGPT exists. You framing it in terms of just like, what would you ask God? That at least gives me something. But like, I just don't know what I would use it for.
Yeah.
And just like the internet, I didn't know what to use it for. It was like, okay, there's sports there. I guess I'll look at the sports scores.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is a newspaper. So I'm just replicating what I would do with a newspaper online. So I was like, oh, this is a more convenient version of a newspaper, I guess. But I feel like ChatGPT is so robust, and I just don't. I'm not fluent in it yet. Like, what the fuck do I ask it? I don't want to ask it God shit.
You don't need to ask it anything.
That's the thing. Yeah. But what if there's ways where it could help us, do things for the pod? It could help us, do things for the tour. Who knows?
Even just general curiosity, like that question you asked in the group chat last night, like, yo, what's a good show like this show?
Yeah, that's a great example.
That's like perfect.
I want to watch a movie that is funny and will make me laugh, and it reminds me of this movie.
Oh yeah, I did that with Lisa. We were trying to pick out movies and shit to watch, and I'll just be like, okay, movies like this movie that we loved, and then it would give us 5, and I'm like, do it with this main character, and then it would give us like those 3, and then I'd be like, but I don't want it to be a sad ending, and then it would give us the 1. I'm like, all right, sick.
Jesus Christ.
So it's just Google. It's just Google.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are saying is, I'm just replacing all of my Google searches because I didn't trust them, or like people have like ruined it with SEO and things like that.
You still got to search on Google.
And also you can like interact with the search.
Yeah.
Whereas Google,
Yeah.
you just kind of have to start over again.
It'll just tell you. Like something you
Yeah.
Google, like, what's the best restaurant in New York City for this price budget? Then you
Yeah.
gotta like go through 5 different blogs.
Read the reviews.
And then this one, you go, what's the best restaurant that, okay, we want Italian.
Yeah.
And then
it aggregates basically everything that people are saying on the internet into like, hey, here are the 3.
with great dessert.
Yeah.
There's a really interesting thing happening where probably Mark and I know how to Google better than older people.
Oh, way better than
And
us.
there's a really interesting thing that people that can prompt AI to do the right thing effectively are getting basically picked up by these companies and being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they're called, I can't prompt.
Nerds?
Yeah, nerds, basically. But because they know how to write the question in the way that
they're fluent with it. Like I would feel
Yeah.
that way absolutely with, with Google. Like I'm horrible Googling things. Because I talk to it like as a human.
Yeah.
Tell me that thing about find a way over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Castaway, but he's not a scammer.
Yeah. Google's like, what? And it just looks at 4 words and tries to connect them. I like this idea of going back and forth.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I have a friend that literally is starting a business that is just prompts. So like, hey, what are you trying to get out of AI? Tell it to me, and then I will prompt it and then kick it back to you. So now he's interfacing, and he calls it like, he's basically like, guys that are good at AI are just like gay with computers. Because you're basically just like risen a computer. You're just like, talk to me about this other thing. Like you're just like trying to flirt with them in the right way to get the thing you want. Because if you're not flirting the exact right way, you're not gonna get what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just smoked the fume backwards.
Yeah, I saw that. So, yeah, I think we're...
Kind of felt nice on this.
Same thing.
It's the same thing, and you just get it quicker.
Dude, you're fucking freebasing fume over here? That's crazy. You just invented the crack of fume. That's wild. Nice, dude.
Yeah, that's great. Your friend invented that idea. I invented a job the other day. Ooh. Slightly more sophisticated.
What's that?
I would sit outside this dog park that's across the street from a Whole Foods, and I would charge people $5 for me to watch their dog in the dog park while they get their groceries.
That's a fire idea.
I mean, it's not as boring as these ChatGPT breakthroughs. Do you know what I mean?
That's a fire idea. Bro,
I gotta put this thing down.
Damn, dude, you're fucking you're an addict.
That hit hard.
Damn, dude, you're a junkie now.
Yeah.
That's a good ass idea.
God, the world is moving, huh?
I'll watch your dog for $5.
I don't know, but wouldn't that be nice? There's this, it just so happens to be like strategically put like right across the street from this fucking Whole Foods. And there's this like dog, it's not even a dog park, it's like a little cement thing, but like knowing that you could walk your dog to the fucking Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Why isn't there, you know how like uptown there's a guy who will like park your fucking, move your car during street cleaning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Familiar with this? And it's just like a side hustle. It's kind of like, it might be like homeless dudes. I don't know who the fuck is doing it, but like weirdly, like you're giving these dudes your keys and they're moving your car, but they're maintaining your spot. And it's just a great little side hustle business. And
what's to stop this guy from just absolutely stealing everyone's car?
What is it?
Because he wants to keep working.
Yeah.
You get one car and then now you can't go back to the block.
How much does he charge?
And they usually live in the neighborhood. People know who the person is. So, but
Probably
yeah,
have
it's
their
like that's just his job. He's just like, hey, I'm just gonna move everybody's car, and I'm cool with the ticket people. So they'd be like, oh, that's one of mine. Chill. Yeah.
Exactly, because basically what you do is you double park.
Yeah.
You know this, right?
No.
When they're doing street sweeping, basically what people do in New York is they double park on the side that's not being cleaned.
Okay.
So the cops or whatever come by, and then you basically look at the cop and you go, yo, we're just waiting for the street to be clean.
Okay.
So he becomes that guy.
And then the moment the
Bang.
time is over, then
Yeah.
And he's
The
also
spot thing.
enforcing the rules. It's like, yo, you can't slide up in there. That's my spot. We're just waiting for the cleaning.
You gotta flip it on some mafia shit. Go to people's dogs and be like, hey, it'd be a shame if something happened to your schnauzer.
Yeah.
I can make sure nothing happens to him for maybe a small
Why
fee.
doesn't somebody do that at every dog park?
I'll watch your dogs.
Yeah,
It's like an outdoor doggy daycare.
don't the parents like to watch the dogs?
They
playing
might,
and
but
shit?
also let's say you want to play with your dog for an hour there, and there are people who just can't. But you want to make sure you get that exercise out.
Yeah.
You drop the dog off for 1 hour. You go get groceries. You go get your fucking nails done. You go do any of the things that you need to do. People are busy in the city. They have jobs or whatever. And you know when you come back, your dog just had the time of his fucking life.
Isn't that a doggy daycare?
Well, doggy daycare is $40, and they're cooped up in a small
You
little
gotta take
thing.
him to the thing, blah, blah. You're already at the dog park, and this guy's like, yo, I'm watching all the dogs. I'm the dog king.
He's the dog king, and you know he's gonna take care of them and like
It's like a good idea.
He got snacks. He got hella balls and shit. He's playing fetch.
throwing them.
Let him fight sometimes if there's a crowd. Yeah, that's awesome. Charge extra couple bucks.
That's the thing.
The lady comes and picks up her dog. You're like,
Yeah.
sorry, your dog's a loser, ma'am.
Yeah, but if two dogs start fighting, you're just so like if you go to a doggy daycare, they're liable to some level. This is a place I could take legal action against.
Yeah.
It's just some motherfucker outside. What you really gonna do?
Yo, your dog got
is
pieced up.
fucked
Get him better
you
paws.
need a tougher dog, yo.
Yeah.
Put your little dog in that little tiny dog.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yeah, put him in your purse. Take it to Whole Foods with you. You know?
I do that too.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, man. Some hustles out there that need
Yeah,
to be
New York,
explored.
everybody's hustling. I remember our friend started.
I feel like there was more hustling back in the day. Maybe the internet hustle came in and most people are hustling in that way. But like,
indoor hustle.
I remember the outdoor hustles were crazy back in the
A
day.
lot of people hustle, bro.
You say what?
People are still hustling. Maybe just not outside, but like everybody's still hustling.
Bro,
Like
back
what
in the day,
hustles?
it was we selling the fucking music nonstop. We selling lemonade on the street.
Bro,
Yo, there was lemonade
in my
stands
day.
going.
They still
crazy.
sell music outside.
I know that's embarrassing.
My favorite one that still happens is the guy that's like, yo, pay me $1, I'll swipe you into the train. That one still happens. I see that all the time.
Yeah, the Greenpeace guys aren't even out there like they used to be.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of gay rights guys, a little bit of women's rights guys.
Yep.
But the streets used to be flooded with the, can I get your credit
Fake
card and
activists.
donate some money to whatever this cause is.
Yeah.
Is that just the neighborhoods coming up?
I mean, my neighborhood was up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they only do that.
They only do it in the up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Ain't
good
going
point.
to-
You're not going to be in South Harlem like, hey, do you have a minute for the environment?
Fuck out my face.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Worried about lead poisoning? Fucking kills them.
Boys, what else? What else? So I feel like we were coming to the end of the pod.
We had a great time out for Palix's birthday. We didn't really even talk about
No,
that.
we didn't even
yeah.
talk about that. Well, we did
Happy
a little
birthday,
bit at
Paxel.
with Whitney,
Worst
but
DJ ever.
Bro,
bro, y'all
DJ
got no
sucked.
music.
That
You know, this
DJ
is something
sucked,
I was
bro.
talking to my wife about this, but your generation, Mark, and Shifty's generation has no music,
bro, that DJ was trash, and it was your generation that was spinning. That's on you. You got to talk to your boy and be like, bro, you're making
Alex?
us
How
look
you know
bad.
he was our generation?
First of all, when my guy was on, it was rocking. In the beginning, it was rocking. It
But
was when
rocking
that-
with their hits or our hits?
No, always our hits.
Nah, there's a
Y'all
remix.
don't have enough
There's a
hits
remix.
to DJ a whole party. I mean that
That's not
sincerely.
true.
I would
bro.
say Shifty more. He's a little bit with our hits. Cause like,
Because he's much older than Shifty.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that helps.
He still was rocking out to like niggas in Paris and shit like that.
Not all the way. I was rocking out partially.
I mean, he was rocking
2/3
out.
of it.
yeah. I was
You was
I was
rocking.
in Paris. I was in the Paris part most.
Yeah,
I was
nah,
rocking
you
with
was rocking
Paris. I
out.
was doing a hard Paris.
He was rocking
Paris.
out. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Paris
so
is the
I think
hard R in
he
Paris.
can claim some of it.
Yeah.
But Shifty, yeah. I think Shifty maybe like 2 songs from his generation.
Bro, they
came on
try to play
whole
the
night.
TikTok songs, and the problem with the TikTok songs is they're really only good for 15 seconds.
Yeah, he would cat out of those so fast.
And I love them. Like, about to catch another flight.
yeah.
Apple about to make you want to bite.
Yeah.
I just want to have a good night.
Outside of that, I
I
don't
just
know.
want to
what the
have
But
a
even
good
that's an old
night.
song.
Hold up.
That's that was a Bill Withers sample or some shit.
Yeah, it's a sample of.
Funkmaster Flex. I can't remember.
No.
Fuck, that's funny. But nah, like
What is it? A sample of?
that's not a problem though, because like we sampled shit too. So.
It's Grandmaster Flash and the
That's what I meant to say.
5.
Yes.
Grandmaster
Push
Flex.
That's what you
us.
meant.
Cause
Yeah,
we're
yeah. I said
close
Funkmaster
to
Flex.
the edge.
Yeah, Grandmaster
I think
Flash.
it's Don't Push Me, yeah.
You can see the confusion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
We all
was.
look alike.
It was fun. It was fun going out, man.
We stayed
Nah,
out
that
late.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. We went to Empanada Mama and like we're on the way and I'm blacked out. Most of us are drunk and Al just goes, yo, just want to let you know Empanada Mama is hood at this hour. I go, what are you talking about?
Hood? It's super gay, isn't it?
No.
No, you're
How
thinking
did
of
this hour?
No, he's thinking of Hell's Kitchen one.
Okay.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
okay.
this
Lower
is
East Side one.
Hell's-
If you
Hell's-
go after hours, like woo.
Hell's Kitchen one is so gay, I thought they're all just gay.
Yeah, it's super gay.
That's not a daddy. That's just gay all the time.
Bro, that shit is gay.
bruh, it was a scene up there in Empanada Mama,
It
right?
was, it was us. We were doing most of the scening.
Yeah, we were seeing it. Yeah, we were vibing in that bitch.
Yeah, it was fire, dude.
But that was a fun night.
Yeah,
you have
we-
a good
we-
time, Alex?
Oh, I had a great time.
we
Thank
alley
you.
oop
Thank
Dove
you.
crazy.
Thank you.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Oh my God, we gave Dove the greatest. Yo, I wish Dove was here actually, so that he could just thank me publicly
We got
for handing him
Post
some
some of
pussy,
that,
bro.
though. Yeah.
Say
Like,
what? Do we
some
have
of that-
videos of that?
I'm pretty sure when we were singing in this girl's face, I mean, singing, helping Dove.
So I gave Dub my classic alley-oop, which just touch his hands, very easy, soft, blah, blah, blah. Then we started talking about, I don't know, some shit. I don't know, we're going to take her to Italy. I forget exactly what it was. Dub was on board for the whole thing. Then he's starting to like establish his riz with this girl.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know the name of the song, but I was like, yo, play that song by like the San Diego people. And then Mark was like, what?
He treated me like AI.
I did treat you like GPT. Yeah. And then he goes, there's a place off. And I'm like, no. I fast forwarded him or whatever. Yeah. And then and I'm like, with the arms wide open. Yeah. What is that, Creed?
Yeah, Creed.
And then we started singing that with the arms wide open shit.
But was that the song he was going for?
That's what I wanted.
That's crazy. How do you know that?
I didn't know.
I said with arms wide open.
Oh, okay. I thought he still got it. I thought that was guess number 2. I was like,
no, I GPT'd myself.
Yeah, he rizzed himself, dude.
But when we were singing the Creed with arms wide open, while Dub is finishing the riz and getting number, it was a whirlwind of riz that the girl just could not handle.
2 more girls lined up trying to get Dub's number.
They were
It was
ready.
insane. It was like mall Santa.
It was, and they were Indian.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Hindu. That's a thing?
Yeah, they call it Hindu because culturally they're so similar. They'll call it like a Hindu wedding.
Really? So this happens a lot?
Funny.
Yeah, not that it happens a lot, but when it happens, everybody's like, this is the same shit, really, culturally.
Do you give more of a pass? Do you give more of a pass if like an Indian dude gets with a Jewish girl?
I don't. No, but
come on, dude.
I do.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's Should just practicing for his wedding.
And I'm practicing being Shub's dad.
Yeah, exactly. No.
I don't.
Bro, she was like, oh my God, it's so awkward drinking in front of Akash. He kept like hiding his drink.
I love that. Good job, beta.
When you gonna drink, bro? Let's just fuck all that shit.
Nah, I'm good on drinking.
When are you gonna drink?
I've been drinking.
Oh, sorry, boy,
Your boy went in.
Yeah. That was fun.
I was having fun.
Oh yeah, you used all your drinks for the week.
Took me 2 days to fucking recover from that.
Son, we'll stop you if you go too far.
Oh, I trust you.
Yeah. Son,
We're
you
good friends.
you called Son out on it, and we'll call you out if that happens.
Are you worried you won't be able to control yourself? You're gonna start drinking too much and just be fun and shit?
I don't care. I don't care. Weed, I was like, I'll do weed. I'll smoke weed at some point.
Wait, what do you not care about?
I don't care to drink. I don't have any like desire to drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that
None?
in college a little bit, and then once it was gone, it's just like I don't
Not
care
even
to
like
do it.
when you see how much fun it causes?
No, I don't, because I feel like I'm still having fun. I don't feel like I'm
But
having
you know
less
how
fun than
like you always want to leave early?
Yeah.
It's because you're not drinking.
That's the most fun part. Is when.
But imagine.
I was gonna stay out that night, but after the shows, I got there. I was like, my knee hurts.
Yeah, but he came from shows too, bro.
I'm 38. I'm getting here at 1 a.m. What the fuck are we doing?
But imagine if it was so fun that you couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just wanted it to
That's how
continue
fun we're talking.
extending.
We're talking about
Never experienced that, but that's the alcohol.
Nah. I'm
Oh,
good.
and then if you add Adderall or something like that, it's crazy.
Bro, and Molly.
Oh!
And hookers. Oh my gosh!
Fucking Chat GPT whores.
Oh my god damn, dude!
Be scrolling for days.
And a fume and some coke, dude. You're having a great time.
Dude, Coke
You're at a
is so
casino
good.
with the boys.
Good. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Come on, dude.
Coke is really good. I'm not doing it ever again, though.
Hit it the other way. Hit it the other way. I'll give you a little more. Oh yeah.
No, just put it to your
dude,
nose.
the double hit. Whoa!
Ooh,
geez.
that was nice. Because it got the mint. Hold on.
That was my shit at Burn a Bit all day.
Oh, yeah, you were doing that.
Oh my god, that shit was amazing.
yeah,
Just
that-
that
that's a
fucking
flex.
menthol shit to your nose.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just saying, if we just turn
What
you
is
into a
menthol,
drug
dog?
addict,
Menthol.
Yeah.
we gotta turn you
Yeah,
into
no,
a drug
it
addict.
just goes straight to your mental. That's,
Yeah,
that's
there
what
we
you're
go.
saying.
There we go.
It's not called menthol.
No,
Yo,
it's
you
mental.
did it right. You like barely fucked it up, and they making fun of you for
God
it.
damn.
I was just
Reaching
tagging
ass
up. I saw
niggas, bro.
something. But no, just on your birthday. When's your birthday?
May.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Summertime, little drinky drink, got an Aperol spritz.
Oh, dude, an Aperol
Just have
spritz.
no interest.
Come on,
Doesn't
dude.
wifey drink a little?
Not even really anymore. I don't think she's had a drink in like a year.
You don't think she would drink on your
I
birthday?
actually asked her when was your last drink. She said June when we went to Hawaii. She hadn't had a drink since then.
So
And
long
she's like, I don't
long
even miss it.
overdue.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what that sounds like to me.
Bro. Live a little.
yeah. You got me with that one. I think.
Where's Duff?
Dub's, he's at
I
a
think
wedding.
he's at a blackout.
I wanted
He's
to
in a
roast
blackout
these
right
two
now.
motherfuckers for their rent-a-check situations.
What?
Yeah, rent a check. You're paying for the blue check.
Oh, my blue check. Yeah,
I wanted to roast both of y'all motherfuckers, but it's not as fun with him not
Paying
here.
for the blue check?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
$15 a month.
Did you
dude.
get blue checks?
No.
You're not
I'm not going to do it. No
Yeah,
way.
G's up.
Yeah.
But he tried to get the regular one right before.
Bro,
so
it's
hard.
so obvious when people got the blue.
How can you tell?
3,000 followers. I check their DMs anyway.
And that is
Is
why
why
it's
it
worth
works.
it.
No, 100%. But then everybody's just going to have it, and then
Yeah.
it's just going to be flooded.
I'm waiting to see if there's going to be some like way you can tell if the legacy blue checks and the rent checks are
You just check
different.
by date. If you like
Nah.
tap on the user, you'd be like March 23.
That's what
No,
Twitter
but I
said.
think you could still like ask for a regular one.
Twitter said there was going to be a way to distinguish, but no, it's not. Their rented blue check looks just like the regular blue
Elon's
check.
fucking up.
And New York Times
Yeah.
lost their blue check.
That's fine. And none of us
respect that.
are paying to keep the blue
How
check.
do you respect it? Like he's being so
No, he respects New York
transparent.
Times saying we don't want the blue check. I think that's what
Oh,
he's saying.
I thought you were saying.
I just
Elon
respect
taking
both of
away
them. I
with it.
respect Elon not just continuing to give it to him just because they're the New York Times, and I respect the New York Times going, our brand is bigger than a blue check.
Yeah.
But he's being just too like one-sided.
Too
'Cause-
rigid about it. you
Yeah,
think?
like he didn't take it away from any of the conservative institutions. But you're
Oh,
gonna
is
take
that
it.
true?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that
Like he's-
they were willing to pay it.
No. They publicly said, "Hey, we're not going to pay for the check."
The conservative ones did?
No,
And-
New York Times.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, "Well, fuck them." But they're like one of the few places that the check got removed. Not everyone's check got removed.
But
Y'all check
are
didn't
the
get
other
removed.
people paying?
That I don't know.
No. So the reason why the New
But
York
you're
Times,
not paying.
Yeah,
You're
but
not
I'm not a
paying.
corporation. So the journalists that are part of corporations or a corporate entity has to pay like $1,000 a month fee or whatever to have their blue check. So they weren't willing to do it. I don't have to do that because I'm just a person.
No, but they're saying you have to pay eventually too. Yeah.
Eventually.
They keep telling me I'm going to lose my blue check status, and I keep not giving a fuck.
they
and it keeps
messaging you
being
saying
there.
that?
Every time I sign on, not every time, a bunch of times, you will lose your blue check on this date if you don't
really?
pay for Twitter Blue.
I haven't even told me that.
Fuck,
See?
bro.
like they're like picking and choosing
There's
the way they're
levels.
doing this shit.
Interesting.
I don't like that.
They're also picking and choosing people that can buy it, I think.
They told me I was going to lose mine like a week ago. I still haven't. They just
Oh,
keep
so on
threatening.
supposed to
Instagram,
happen a week
everybody
ago.
can't get
Yeah.
it right now?
I think they're like rolling it out to like specific users. I have a friend that has like 3 accounts, and one of them was like, yeah, you can get it on your smaller one, but the bigger one you can't. It's like, yeah, I don't know how it works.
I think it's stupid. I'll wait it out. I'll probably get it eventually. But
Yeah.
I'm just,
I mean,
How
once
does everybody has it? Wait, Instagram, are they going to take it away
I don't know.
or they just keep it?
I have no idea.
I
I'm
ain't
assuming
paying.
everyone just
I
keeps
think
it, and then you can just
right now
add
they're
on.
being vague, so everybody just gets it. And then I think if enough of the legacy checks give pushback, then they'll be forced to do something. Because like if the big accounts would be like, "Yo, fuck Instagram," like you guys fuck this whole
LeBron
shit.
saying
up.
I'm not paying for a blue check.
Yeah.
Gave everybody a pass. Be like, I don't got LeBron not paying. I don't
Yeah.
gotta pay.
So I think if like Instagram, if that same shit happens on Instagram, they'll have to do something.
Isn't that crazy? The only blue check you're gonna trust is TikTok.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
I don't trust any of those.
You can trust it more than you trust Instagram or Twitter. Nah. Fair enough, I guess.
Do you think that
They say like, "Hey, we'll push the button on your shit and run your numbers out." Like,
do you think within the next couple months TikTok is out of here?
I do. What do you think?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know why.
I think after the election, there's a better chance of it being out of here. Right now, no party wants to really be.
Well, they have
gung-ho.
bipartisan support to be like, let's get this the fuck out of here. That's
so then
why I
why
think
isn't
it's
it gone? That's why it's so weird.
I think it's forced acquisition.
But
apparently
China said they refuse to do that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's just leverage.
And
I didn't
both
see
parties, it's not the whole party. Like you have AOC be like, there's nothing wrong with TikTok. We shouldn't
No,
limit
she's
freedom."
not saying
Yeah,
that.
she put a TikTok out saying that. Yeah.
This fucking girl is unbelievable.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like not one whole party is
What
behind
is her
it.
argument for it? She must
She's
know.
a liberal. Probably China's in her pocket. Who knows? She got big tits.
And she's great on there with that. Interesting.
And then other people are using it as like a talking point to be like, you guys care so much about TikTok, but like there's kids getting killed. There's bigger things to worry about. Forget TikTok. And like they're like turning a blind eye. I've seen like some like more liberal like Democrat politicians saying that. They're like everyone's worried about TikTok and drag queens when guns are killing blah blah blah. So they might just be not concerned about it.
But I think after this election, then it might go away.
Yeah. Also, the TikTok dude, you saw him sweating in court?
Yeah.
Going through it. asking them all the questions, and they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, apparently he did like a poor job. I was reading that like he made it harder for the company to survive here in
On
America.
TikTok, they've cut up clips of just how out of touch the politicians are.
Oh yeah, the politicians are just goofies. They have no clue.
But
what
that's
the
all
fuck
they'll
is.
still play, and then they'll have him being confused, and it really makes it seem like they're the
Oh,
goofies.
so you're saying TikTok isn't putting a gas behind the CEO
Videos of
bombing?
him, yeah. Like the video of him saying, "I don't let my kids use TikTok." That ain't on TikTok.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's his worst thing.
Just lie, bro.
Yeah.
I guess you don't want to.
That guy ain't welcome back in China ever.
Yeah.
Why? I don't get why the politicians were so dumb. Because don't people come up with their questions? And
I think it was
aren't
leading.
they-
So the one that I saw was them saying like, "Fuck, can you connect to my Wi-Fi with TikTok or something like that?" And I think he was trying to lead them to say, "Isn't it possible that you could be listening to every single thing we're saying and then use that in the same way that your TV is listening to every single thing you say?" And people are like, "Oh, I was talking about Target, and then all of a sudden I got ads for Target on my phone." I think he was trying to lead them down that path of saying, "Couldn't TikTok be doing the same thing?"
Yeah.
But they just clipped that part out. That's my theory.
Yeah, where he sounds kind of dumb with like, what do you mean TikTok?
Yeah, he's just
is
asking the
connecting to
first part.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Like,
And he sounds like a fucking moron.
Gotcha.
yeah.
They're trying to get clips.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a good clip of them asking a question and then him fucking it.
And then put it on TikTok.
But then their clips got clipped.
yeah.
Fucking goofies.
Yeah.
Guys, I think the takeaway here is we need to learn how to use this goddamn ChatGPT.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And there's multiple of these AI interfaces. So Microsoft has one, Google has one. Open AI, is that the one that did ChatGPT?
Yeah.
They seem to be at the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I would say.
Microsoft one apparently has problems, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's the one that was getting fucked with pretty easily.
Yeah, I've never used it. But yeah, the one that I think has the most data that's public to everyone is ChatGPT 4.
And why do they have so much data and why do they have such a robust AI system? Were they servicing the internet in any way before this?
I don't know. So like there's different AI companies that are basically like able to like troll across, is that the right word? Troll across like all social media and like access all the public data. So like all of this information is public, and then they're basically training AIs to go through and collect all the data.
Got it.
And then they're able to then organize and then train the AI based off all the public data they're able to collect. So the data is available, but then there's like privacy issues where it's like, is it really private? Is it public? Is it owned by Meta? Is it able to be used and trained? And then on top of that, they have companies that are taking those and they're actually submitting the photos to police. And so now there's like a larger conversation about police being able to use the AI photos from the internet in order to like find criminals and things like that.
Oh, yeah, because it could be fake, right?
Yeah, so like they're able to be like, okay, we have a picture of this guy. Are we able to upload into the database and try to get any hits through using the specific AI that's used for just like cultivating people's faces on the internet that are public?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we like that though, right?
Yeah, I would love that.
But then people are like, is it a breach of privacy that?
Amendment.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Until it gets used for the wrong hands, all of a sudden people are like, oh, actually Alex Media killed that guy. And you're like, well, I wasn't even there.
Paxil.
Did he do it?
Yeah, is that the drug you were on when you did it?
Guys, listen, Patrione, we appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much. Keep spreading the word. Keep spreading the army. Keep spreading the gospel. And we'll see you next week. Peace.